Hello, welcome back to Infinite Slop. Today we'll be reviewing Urban Justice, a Steven Seagal film about urban justice.
Yeah, pretty spot on, really.
A very brief synopsis here. When a dedicated police officer is murdered, his father goes on a hunt for the people responsible.
Well, that's it.
That's the synopsis. I was delighted when I saw that on IMDb. I was like, no more of this.
I mean, to be fair, that is the movie.
That is the movie.
The whole movie.
Steven Seagal is the father. The tagline is, when revenge is personal, justice can be brutal. And again,
that is also really spot on.
True. They haven't mucked about here. The people who did the marketing
for this film were like,
Urban Justice. The name is accurate. The synopsis is accurate. The tagline is accurate.
The name is rather strangely only in the UK. This was released under Renegade Justice. That I don't like as much. No,
just call it Urban Justice. I don't like this business of changing the names.
I think it was maybe like they didn't like the sort of racial connotations of urban.
I mean, urban only means black if you want it to mean black.
Yeah, but like all Steven does is kill just black people in this film. Apart from one white guy.
And he doesn't kill the cholo. But
no, and then there's the guy that looks like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, there's a couple of white guys. The main villain, well, look, let's not spoil it. But
I think they're probably a little bit like, urban, let's go. But Renegade is quite strange.
Renegade Justice, that sounds more like a cop who's gone bad, renegade cop.
Which isn't what this film is about at all.
But anyway, Urban Justice, Steven Seagal. The first thing to get out of the way, which we will get into in more detail, is Steven looks like shit in this movie.
Yeah.
It's from 2007.
So this is like sort of like late stage.
Early stage, late stage Steven Seagal.
This is like Elvis, kind of like not in his final days, but like the beginning of his
when
final
he was
days.
as fat as he was in his final days, basically. This is like, Steven's already kind of washed up at this stage. Yeah. I did think when I saw you said Steven Seagal and Eddie Griffin, and I was like, are we getting a kind of buddy movie where Eddie Griffin's going to help him?
I thought it was going to be a bit like sort of like not exactly like Rush Hour, but like something along those lines.
Yeah, where Eddie's crazy and outrageous, and Steven's like, man, you crazy. But no, we didn't get that at all.
No.
The movie begins with we don't know who at the time. He's just some guy, and there's a weird scene with him. He's a very hot wife.
Yeah.
And
who's obsessed with him?
Yeah. Who is acting like this guy. He's giving her one of those like love potions or something. She's just like literally climbing all over him, and he goes to leave the house, and she's like, "Please don't leave it."
I gotta go.
No, I don't want you. Please.
Got to.
No.
Got to.
No.
Got to.
No.
And she's like begging him not to leave, and it's like, you guys have a house together. You're in a long-term relationship.
He must be slanging
he
that
must
thing.
Be. He must have a 10-inch cock.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, do not fucking leave, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I have to go, and she's just like begging him, and then for some reason we find out later he's got a big old camera, like a
DSLR,
film camera, and he takes a picture of her. And he's like, guys, come on, like you live together. Like,
well, it's very odd the way he pulls it out. Like he pulls it out like I don't know how you would pull out like just like a phone camera. Like it's almost like he sort of materializes it from his pocket.
Yeah, he's
like a character in a video game or something. Like he just pulls out this massive DSLR.
The way they introduce it is quite odd because you're suddenly just like, oh, he has a big camera. Okay.
We thought he was like a journalist or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we realised on the second watch of this movie.
Yeah, which I will say partially is our fault. We're very dumb. And what's becoming clear when we watch these bad movies is that we're not as smart as we think we are.
But like, I feel like we've sort of got like the average intelligence, the average Joe.
Yeah, which is not a good thing.
No, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying like, certainly, I don't think it's like, I think you're misplacing the blame here. It should be on the movies. Like if we don't get things in the first watch,
movies should be made for dumb people to enjoy. Movies like this, dumb people should be able to enjoy them. But at the same time, people who make a point of snootily and condescendingly reviewing movies in a manner that suggests they're far more intelligent than the people who made said movies should be capable of understanding most Steven Seagal films on the first viewing.
Some of the films that we've watched for this this channel, there's things I've picked up brand new, quite key information on like the third watch.
Yeah, and I've been like, he's the bad guy. I didn't even know that. That actually is obvious.
And there's like stuff when we're like doing the edits for the film, and honestly, like when we do the edits for these videos, like sometimes we'll watch the same movie, probably when you account all up maybe 4 or 5 times, And like on the last watch, I'm like, whoa, that's a really key, crucial bit of plot that I didn't pick up in the first 4 times I watched this movie.
Yeah, so, you realise...
Yeah, maybe we're just fucking
it's certainly, in terms of our movie watching intellect, I would say it's pretty low. Like, in real life, I'm a genius. Like, I would rank myself as a genius.
I am what I am.
But as movie viewing intellect, yeah, quite low.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah, good. That was important to clear up. They were wondering. So we have this weird scene with his sexy wife who just can't get enough of him.
And the moral of the story really is that like through the butterfly effect, like she's like straddling him when they're in bed, and she's like, "I'll make it worth your while." Like he should have just been like,
"Fuck my job, whatever it is. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah,
she clearly doesn't care. She doesn't want me to go to work. She doesn't mind if I get fired. So then he's killed, and he's shot out of a car window.
Yeah.
Someone pulls up. They do a drive-by on him, very close range drive-by, and he's just like, doop, 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 doop. He gets shot. And an obscenely big cloud of smoke emerged from the car.
We thought they were literally like, you know, puffing it up.
Yeah, it looks like they're blazing a fucking zoot in there.
Like they're like literally like hotboxing, but it's meant to be the smoke.
The gun smoke.
From the gun.
Fuck ton of gun smoke. It's like someone's puffing a cigar.
Also, one thing I want to note about this movie, you don't agree with me on this, but like maybe it's just because you're not you're not savvy when it comes to guns and bullets like I am. Whenever anyone gets shot in this movie, like the amount of like even if it's just like a handgun or like a little pistol, the amount of blood that and every bullet like goes in one end and out the other, and like the level of blood, it's like the fucking Alien like chest burster scene. Like it's really gory. It's like something like Battle Royale.
Film.
It is very oddly violent, but then also like it's very violent, but then also like very silly at times.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you have to earn that level of violence.
Yes,
but they don't. It's a silly Steven Seagal action film, but somehow is very dark and violent and has also quite heavy themes.
And quite literally very dark.
Some folks say you might know something about who killed my son.
So during the opening credits, we have a very nasty beat. It sounds actually, what it reminded me of on the second viewing was that RZA Guitar Center beat. We get a beat a lot like that.
We do.
In the opening credits, the cop photographer guy is driving around. Then after that, he's killed. And during the credits, we're seeing there are a lot of weird names.
Really odd names.
This is one of the things that really stood out to me during these credits and I went and I've written some down here because you see weird names a lot. You know, obviously Speedweed is a popular one. We've
Hollywood
all seen
types.
Speedweed.
Wacky, zany Hollywood types.
There's a few others. There's Speedweed. There's Dick Wolf. Dick Wolf is a good one.
That is a good one.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
Here there was just.
And like people who are just like not like you can understand like if the director is a bit zany or the screenwriter is a bit zany, but these would just be like like the best dolly grip boy and stuff, like sort of just like quite like obscure production cast roles.
I mean, already when you're called the best dolly grip boy, I think you should have a weird name. You shouldn't be like, "Hi, I'm Brian, the best dolly grip boy." You'd be like, "No, that should be gayer. Your name should definitely be gayer if you're the best dolly grip boy."
Yeah.
You should be like, I'm Federico Lesage or something. And you'd be like, yeah, that sounds like a name for a best dolly grip boy. I don't care what that job is. I don't know what that job is.
No.
I wouldn't do it. They'd be like, we're going to offer you can be on a movie, this awesome, exciting movie. You'll be the best dolly grip. I don't even think that is a thing, by the way, the best dolly grip boy.
No, I think
you've mixed together. There's the best boy, there's the dolly grip.
No, I think there is the best dolly grip boy.
Well, if there is, it should not exist. And they should just call him an assistant.
Maybe there's just the dolly grip boy.
There's the dolly grip, there's the best boy. Those are two things.
What? Well, the best boy is worse.
I'm not being either of those. I'm just not doing either.
The best boy?
No, I don't want to be the best boy. I'll be the best man. Yeah, but then what is this? A wedding? You know? But I'll still be the best man. I mean, whatever I do, I'll be the best man on set. You know, in my own mind, I'll be like, I am the best man. But I'm
That's
not.
That's what we should all think about ourselves.
Well, you shouldn't.
No, I
think
should
that
think
you're
I'm the best man.
Yeah. Although, as we've probably inevitably will mention, you do look like Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's gonna be a recurrent theme. Anytime we talk about a Steven Seagal movie, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take a moment to make my acknowledgement now. Like, just like in Half Past Dead, I'm gonna say some things in this video that are not very nice about Steven Seagal. And I say them with 100% acknowledgement and awareness that for a lady, I do look a lot like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, let's get the mic down so they can definitely see.
Yeah, look. It's like the big reveal. Wow.
There we go. Yeah, no, that's good.
Cool. So I just wanted to have my own little...
You just wanted to be part of it. You just wanted to feel you're in control. If we're going to say I look like Steven Seagal, let me be in control.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. But I do look like he could be my dad. Or my
Yes.
uncle.
And we will get into this every time we talk about a Steven Seagal
Yeah.
film. It's necessary.
Because I don't want you guys to open up this video for 2 seconds and be like, oh, she's been a real bitch about Steven Seagal, but she looks like Steven Seagal. So I've beaten you to it.
Look, for now, these weird names, I've picked
Yeah.
a few out. And by the way, I was writing these down. I went and looked through all the cast and everything. I could have written down so many. There are so many, ranging from just quite unusual names
Yep.
to downright weird. So we've got Gilmar Fortis II.
That one already is starting very strong.
They're good names.
Yeah.
That is a good Gilmar Fortis II.
It already would be quite good without the second.
Yeah, Gilmar. Never heard Gilmar before.
No.
Fortis, Mr. Fortis. Just okay. The second.
Is the second part of his his government name?
Yeah. Maybe, probably.
You can't write that down on your fucking bank card. can
Maybe
you?
not. So, I mean, you can write anything you want on your bank card if you've got the right kind of pen, you know. The director, Don E. Fauntleroy. Fauntleroy. I don't know how you say it. It's got capitals within the name.
Yeah.
Fauntleroy. Bin Dang.
Yeah.
Bin Dang, I assume, is Thai or
That's
Vietnamese.
a good one, yeah.
Bin Dang. Another one. This one
Bin
is.
Dang sounds like it should be some kind of slang. Some slang that people like you and I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, Bin Dang is not that.
Like,
strange,
how you
but
been, Bin Dang?
Normally, Bin Dang would not be in the crew. He'd be playing like a Vietnamese character or a.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see Bin Dang in the
I mean,
crew.
let's not make any stereotypes.
Sure, you can be in the crew if you're Vietnamese. You can be in our crew if you're Vietnamese.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Bin Dang. And then this one is a hyphenated first name. Asa Luke. Two Crow, as in the bird.
That's got to be something native.
Native. I was thinking Native American.
That's got to be a cool Native American guy.
Asa Luke Two Crow. Next one, Tor McAfee Kingdon. Tor, T-O-R,
That's
McAfee Kingdon.
King Dong?
Kingdon, like Kingdom,
Oh.
but Kingdon.
Oh, it would have been better if it was King Dong.
I feel Tor McAfee Kingdon, that could be a black guy, but I have no idea. McAfee, obviously, no.
To be honest,
but
most of these names, apart from Bin Dang, I couldn't really place them.
no.
in a
I mean, the
racial
first two, Gilmar Fortis II and Don E. Fauntleroy, you could imagine as black names. Bin Dang is not a black name.
No.
This one's a little bit dangerous, I think. David Jax Nagro.
Okay.
Now that's Nagro. David
Ooh.
Jax Nagro. Mr. Nagro. Interesting. And the last one, Emily Egg. And the egg has an E at the end. It's almost like ye old English.
Oh, like eggy.
Egg.
Eggy.
Emily Egg.
Ye old eggy.
Step this way, please, Mrs. Egg. Imagine she's like sexy, but it's like Mrs. Egg. Hello.
I think that was like Jessica Garlic.
Yeah.
Fucking change it, mate.
Jessica Garlic, and there were who is Jessica Garlic?
I remember
Jessica Garlic was on Pop Stars or Pop Idol. She was on one of the
Yeah.
singing shows. I think it was
I don't
Jessica
even really know who
Garlic.
she is, but I just know she shouldn't have the last name Garlic.
Yeah, and I remember thinking like you're trying to be a pop star. You cannot be called Garlic.
Your last name, you should only keep the last name Garlic if you're literally like a chef.
That you, literally, if
Like
you're a chef,
if you're a chef,
Yeah.
that's it. Otherwise, you got to change that shit.
absolutely garlic. It's no, not happening.
It's not even like a sexy food.
Garlic, not a sexy food
Like
at all.
like if you could be called I don't know, Jessica Carrot, maybe you keep that
Carrot?
going.
No.
What do you think's a sexy food?
Well, you're saying a carrot, well, because it's shaped like a penis.
Yeah.
So you don't want a woman to be called that. Like, oh, she
no,
can
but just makes
handle
you
a
think
carrot.
of it a little bit. Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with that?
No, not Jessica Carrot. Jessica
Well,
Carrot just
sorry, what's wrong with a woman knowing how to handle a carrot?
nothing, but it's just not Jessica Carrot. You
Oh,
don't,
what do you want it to be called?
Men aren't be like. Well, I'm going to be like carrot. It could be like something like a pudding, like a dessert of some
What,
sort.
Jessica Pudding?
No, not Jessica Pudding. No, and not Jessica Chocolate because that's weird. But something like a food that's a bit more
Oh my
sensual.
god, who's that?
Caramel. Jessica Caramel.
Who's that lady that has the food blog, the really popular food blog, and her name? Oh, Chocolate Covered Kate.
Yeah, that's not her name.
But I don't like the fact that that's I just got a little moment. I don't like the fact that that's her name.
Yeah.
It is just like inherently sexual.
Yeah,
and
chocolate
it's like,
covered.
as featured on NBC, and like she has like all these like and for a lady called chocolate covered cake, all fucking recipes are like they're like healthy ones. It's not very chocolate covered of her.
No, it's not. And yeah, it is. You
And I just don't want to
immediately
think of her
picture
being covered in
her
chocolate.
covered in chocolate. I will clarify again, that's not her name, if you are aware of this, right? That's the name of her blog.
Yeah, but I just think it's an inappropriate name of her
And it's
blog.
not even like the way Eminem is not Eminem's real name, but people still call him Eminem.
I think it's chocolate covered
Nobody
cake.
calls her chocolate covered cake.
It's chocolate covered name. and
Nobody
it's just-
even calls her like CCK. They're just
Okay.
like Kate. Like she's called Kate.
But I just like when I like opened up her fucking like not very good fudge recipe.
Is she also? Is she like? Would you like to see her covered in chocolate? Is she attractive?
She's just like what you would imagine sort of an American healthy baker would look like.
So you wouldn't be desperate to see her covered in chocolate?
I mean, I'm not desperate to see many women like covered in chocolate.
No, but they're like, but I've got these images. I found these images of Nigella covered in chocolate. You'd be like, sure, I'll have a look.
But I
defo.
actually think Nigeria's one of the few ladies that I would like to see covered in
It
chocolate.
suits her vibe, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, let's move on because this is not what the show should be or is about. So, moving on from those strange names, basically the man who turns out to be a cop is killed after this wacky beat is played, and he
There's
witnesses.
there's a very short scene where he's like taking some photos with his camera of some like. Even after the second rewatch, I don't really understand what he sees.
This isn't our fault. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
He
this
sees-
isn't us being stupid.
He sees something, he gets killed. It doesn't really make
Yeah.
much sense. They don't really explain it very well.
Even like throughout the whole movie when there's like the big reveal and stuff, they don't really explain. I can't really tell you why this guy dies.
Then we see him having like a police funeral, and we see Steven's character for the first time. He looks like fucking shit.
I do want to take a moment to. I read in a review. Someone described him in this scene as looking mysterious and manatee shaped.
Yes.
So I do think it's very accurate.
He is mysterious and manatee shaped, and for some reason he's hiding behind a tree at the funeral.
Yeah.
And we're never told why he's hiding behind a tree at his own son's funeral.
Because he then sort of like he walk. Well, how does he walk up to the coffin?
Well, he walks towards the coffin like he's shat his pants. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Stephen walking like he's got a big. Either one of two things. Either he's shat himself or he is holding in a huge whopper and he's really trying not to shit himself.
He's trying not to like part his cheeks.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God.
He's walking a little bit like the Tin Man.
You don't want to know what I got in my pants, man.
And we're shown in this scene Max's mother, and then she's like stood next to Stephen, and they're like looking at the coffin together, and like Max was like quite like he's quite handsome and like sort of like just quite kind of like kind of all American guy, and we're meant to believe that he's kind of come out of his mother's like just sort of like just a normal, I guess, older lady, but then Stephen in this scene literally looks like Genghis Khan, and it's like you're meant to just imagine he's somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe he was adopted.
In general, the fact that that is his son makes no sense, was it? Because basically, Stephen in this film is essentially a black man. Like,
Well, I've said that he looks Polynesian, Samoan, Indian, Belarusian, and black a lot throughout this film. And it's really odd because he's constantly referred to as this like white boy, this like big ass white boy.
And some big ass white boy jumped us.
Ain't that big-ass white boy you with? Didn't you hear me, white boy? There's a white boy on a rampage. A white boy.
And he genuinely looks like every other race
Because
apart from big ass
we
white
know
boy.
watching film because we know it's Steven Seagal, so we're like, he is technically white.
Yes.
But then the characters in the film are like, man, it's this big ass white boy. It's like all you saw was you didn't even hear him speak. He just beat the fuck out of you. And like does not look like a white person.
No.
You'd think you'd be like, man, this big ass guy, we don't know what the fuck this was, you know? Maybe he's black. Like he basically
Maybe he's Polynesian or
Steven
Samoan.
was basically like, okay, you can write me as white, but really my character is a black man. And like he's like, I play it how I want to play it, man. I'm soulful. I grew up in the deep south, man. In my heart, I'm black. And so he's clearly decided, like, my character is a black man.
Yeah, there
And-
are scenes in this, because this movie is quite badly lit. We will get more into this, but there are scenes where genuinely, when Steven's on the screen with like his like black co-stars, and he is either the same color or darker
He's
than
darker
them.
in some scenes.
Like a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's one screenshot, like in particular, I saw online of this movie where he literally looks like the villain in like a Bollywood film. Like
Yes. He looks like a Bollywood. You know, they always have the main. You know, in like the 1950s in Hollywood movies, the main love interest, it was always like a hot woman and then a guy who was like, be a doll and make me a whiskey. And he was like, he was fuck ugly. And he was like always fat and an alcoholic and had fucked up skin from like chain smoking. And the women were like, he's just so handsome, I can't help myself.
Yeah.
And like Steve, and then you know how in Bollywood they never got over that. So the main guy in a Bollywood cop movie is always like a fat, overweight, like an Indian guy with his buttons undone, and he's like
greasy chest hair on show.
And Steven is like a Bollywood like cop.
Yeah,
or
he
like
is.
He's yeah.
I really can't there's a scene. This movie of all the Steven Seagal films that I've seen features my favorite Steven Seagal outfit of all time. It's one where he's wearing this like brown leather jacket, and his skin is the same color and texture as his leather jacket. He looks a bit like an alternate universe like Giles from Buffy in this scene. When he's wearing the leather jacket, it really highlights the sort of like mahogany.
Yeah,
leather mahogany of his skin.
It's really good when a big man wears tiny glasses.
It is really good, yeah, like
very
Morpheus,
pleasing
yeah.
about it. He's like, let me be intellectual for a moment. Some more stuff on the way Steven looks. First of all, I realised watching this, it's absurd to be a wigger at Steven's age. Like, I can't think of an older wigger than Steven. I think Steven was one of the first wiggers I've ever seen on screen. And it doesn't make any sense that it would make more sense if his son was a wigger. His son's clearly grown up in, you know, quite close proximity to a lot of like, you know, gang areas and stuff. Steven, for some reason, in the film, he is, the way he talks, the way he's, even his hair, he's got this kind of like
coarseness to his hair
this
that you
curly
don't normally,
kind of thing going on.
You don't normally associate. Like normally, Steven has like very sort of slick back, smooth, almost sort of like waxed down hair.
I think because it's urban justice, he went to like a black barber shop and was like, do the opposite of what you normally do.
Well, I genuinely think like in this film, because like in Steven's sort of like filmography, he was sort of gradually sort of flying closer and closer to the sun in terms of like, you know, how black can he portray himself. And this movie is really where I think he sort of takes like, he's like, I there's moments of dialogue in this movie where it's almost like he's doing sort of like a racist caricature in the way he's speaking. And it's really alarming.
He's from a blaxploitation film.
Yeah.
Like there's one where this guy's worried about his brother and Steven's like, he fine, he all right.
Isaiah! He fine, he all right.
And it's like, the way he says it, it's just, it's
like, it is insulting.
It's like watching a 1970s
Yeah.
like full-on blaxploitation film. It's like, dude, like, he's like, he fine, he all right.
He fine, he all right.
But basically, yeah, it's absurd to be a wigger at Steven's age. It also adds to the confusion around his son. Like, how did his son...
Yeah.
He's like, look, I know I talk like this, but you gonna be normal, okay? You gonna talk like the way you look. I'm afraid I can't stop this. This is just who I am for some reason. But you gonna be a normal American white boy, okay? And his son's like, sure, Dad. And it's like, why is your dad like that? And why are you a normal person? His dad's like, look, man, I come from the streets and I'm sort of black. And there's one thing I wanted to mention is there's a scene where he's in the car and he looks...
Oh my God.
In this car, he looks like a singer who's on his way to get the money back from like the Motown record exec who ripped him off. He's just like, man, I'm going to get my money back. I'm going to get my money back from this cracker. He ain't going to rip me off again. Like, it's so insane how he looks in this car. He's like, nah, man, he tried to play me like a fool.
I think maybe it's the darkest Steven has ever looked on camera.
Ever, yeah.
He is so dark. And it's not like, it's all, like this whole movie is lit so badly. Like, it's not, I guess it's meant to be sort of like dark and gritty, but like, you can film a movie that has that same effect where you can actually see what's going on the screen.
You need contrast, but there isn't contrast. There's low contrast and low brightness, so it's very murky. And I don't know why they made this stylistic choice.
I think maybe it was also to sort of partially hide, like, just sort of like how fat Steven looks.
It doesn't hide anything.
On the front cover, like they done a really dodgy edit to make Stephen look slimmer. And if you look at it, it's really odd. Like when you look at it, it's like him facing head on, and they've really slimmed him down, like face tuned him. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the film.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, exactly.
Let's be. So yeah, Stephen looks absurd. And so we see him at the funeral, and then he basically, this is the point where he's like, I'm going to find whoever killed my son. I'm going to get revenge on these suckers.
I don't care who ordered the hit. I don't care whose business is what. I just want to know who killed my son.
And he decides he's going to get revenge. So he goes to the area where his son was killed, nearby, and he rents a room from a sort of Latina MILF who owns a shop, and he goes to rent a room, and she's like, the rooms are fucking shit, but do you want one? And he's like, yeah, I'll take a room. And she looks at him like, you sure this is the kind of place you'd like to stay? And it's like, look at him. Like, what is it you're seeing in Stephen where you're like, there's no way he could stay in a room like this? Like,
I also want to note that this Latina MILF has got such a Latina name, Alice Parks.
Yes, she's like, hi, I'm Alice Parks. And it's like, yeah, you needed to be called Alice Parks for the film. Not like Alicia Parkes or something.
No.
Just Alice Parks.
By the way, I'm Simon Ballister.
I'm Alice Park.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
So he rents this room from the Latina MILF, who for some reason instantly is very drawn to Stephen, and is like, apparently she's just so starved of male contact that she sees Stephen and she's like, a perfect mate for me. This man is really deserving of my time and attention. So he rents this room, and then immediately he gets started on by an obese cholo.
Can I help you?
This is my hood, pendejo. You don't fucking belong here.
Really? Listen, I got some personal stuff going on that makes me have to be here, so why don't you take your lively, chubby ass and get the fuck off my car?
And Stephen refers to the cholo as chubby. And it's like, no, Stephen, you are chubby if we're being generous. The cholo is obese. So you can't... You're fat, Stephen. The cholo is obese.
He just shouldn't really be in a position to be sort of throwing around insults like that.
No, but Stephen, as we've established in our review of Half Past Dead, he loves scenes where he's humiliating other men. He loves other men to be made to look small, gay, unattractive, weak, or stupid in front of him. That's his favourite thing to do in a movie, is with very little effort, he makes all the men around him appear like just absolutely nothing. So he beats the shit out of this cholo and his friend.
Starting to get scared. Come on, rob me.
And the woman is like, oh, cool. Yeah, he's just beating the fuck out of everyone in the hood. This seems like a good situation to involve myself in for no reason whatsoever.
She is like, it's like a moth to a flame.
She just is like, I'm part of this now. I'm just going to be part of his revenge, his bloodthirsty revenge quest for his
As an
dead son.
interesting trivia, this actress, who actually does have a very Hispanic name, apparently Stephen fucking hated her, and there was meant to be a lot more romance plot between the two of them, and apparently he like refused to film like all the key scenes with her, and he like made her cry, and she said she would never work with him ever again. Yeah,
a recurring theme with Stephen. Basically, then Stephen goes, he rents this shithole apartment because apparently he has to live right next to where it happened, not just be there. Like, he couldn't go to a nice hotel, 20 minutes away. So he lives there. He searches for his son's things, and he finds a card. He's wearing his little glasses, which maybe is what enables him to very quickly and easily find a pivotal clue. He finds a police card, someone's card, and it's got a number written on the back. And he's like, oh, this must be the key to everything that happened must be this. Never mind all of these papers. Here we go. Got it. Instantly. That was easy.
100% success rate.
Yeah, just like...
clue finding.
Boom. Clue. Yeah. Gotcha.
And like, it's got the name of the number that it belongs to on it's like his police card.
Yeah. So it's like, oh.
It's like, job done.
Sorted. Don't even need to ring the number. That's convenient. So he goes and he finds this cop, and immediately you're thinking, oh, I bet this guy's the bad guy.
He's like the head cop.
Stephen goes and talks to this cop, and on the way out, literally, he has his meeting, and the guy's like, no, I never knew your son. And then on the way out, Stephen takes his phone, and he's like, when you're like texting at school?
Yep.
And you're like, yeah, the teacher's a prick, innit?
Before he's even left the room, like as he's leaving the room.
As he's leaving, he's like, And the guy gets an anonymous phone call because Steven's testing if the number's his, and the guy's like, "Huh, withheld number.
Wow,
Oh,
must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. Yeah, that's strange. That doesn't normally happen ever, but And Steven,
Right after I've given this hulking, massive Samoan guy my number,
this Samoan NFL extract has walked out going like this with his phone, but no, it's unrelated. The guy who clearly is interested in me because his son is dead and he found this card. So yeah, he finds the card, and then Steven goes back to his new property that he's rented from the Latina MILF, his lovely abode, and he finds a black man hiding in there, and he's like, "What you doing, man? Hey, what the hell?" And the black man reveals himself as Gary, which is strange.
What's your name?
Gary, man. Gary Morrison.
What are you doing here?
I just came here to ask you a couple questions, man. I heard you was asking about Max Ballister.
Did you know my son?
Gary is quite an important part of this film.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I don't understand the point of Gary. I've written down that Gary... Someone, I don't remember who, but someone referred to Denny from The Room as the strangest character ever written. And I thought about that. I thought, yeah, he kind of is. Like, Denny doesn't make any sense.
No.
He's the strangest movie character ever. He makes no sense. Gary is this movie's Denny, I think.
Yeah, he is.
I don't have a fucking clue what the point of Gary is or what Gary is meant to be.
No, it's because there's a lot of just thugs in this movie, and I think Gary is meant to sort of be like, you're meant to be like, but there's also soft and gentle thugs.
He's caught up.
He's like, sort of like good boy gone bad.
Yeah, or good boy in a good fish in a bad pond.
Yeah, he reveals that he was a criminal informant for Max, Steven's son.
Times came out, I helped him out with a couple tips on a few local buckle joints in the area and things like that, man.
I got you, so you're a snitch.
Man, that's a rude term, man. I was a CI, right?
In other words, you're a snitch.
So you're a snitch.
Yeah, it seems like you a snitch then. Your ass is a snitch.
And it's like very confusing, like Steven's sort of moral compass.
Yes,
And like
it's just
it literally it's very strange. Like he's like kind of sort of bitching out Gary for being a snitch, but then we're told specifically he was never in the military, and he was like never in the, but yet he's doing like all this sort of like crazy kind of martial arts, and like he has access to all these guns. So you're not.
We were probably meant to find out what Steven's character is, and Steven was like, "I ain't doing no more, man. You got the movie. It's good. You got me kicking people."
It's interesting that you say this. The Steven, as Steven always does, sent this movie production into absolute chaos and carnage. Like he has it like a hard and fast rule that he will not do more than 2 to 3 hours of filming a day,
which is so short.
And this film was done in 20 days, and which is already quite short for a movie.
Yeah.
And normally it's fine because the movie like directors and the production team, they know that Steven will only film for like 1 or 2 hours a day. I think his maximum is 3. And
that's such a short
normally they will make it where there's quite a lot of other footage for them to film, so they can film it around Steven's like sort of demands. But in this movie, Steven's in 90% of the scenes. Like apart from the stuff with Max,
he's in almost all of it.
And some of the stuff with Eddie Griffin, he's in basically all of it. And in the last day before they wrapped up filming, Steven had to do a 16-hour day where they filmed 22 pages of the script, because like they were like, we literally cannot put this movie together unless you do this. And so that's why fucking Foley Woley, whatever his name is, the director, said he'll never work with Steven ever again, even though he said that despite that he thinks this was the best of Steven's direct-to-TV movie.
Probably.
They were planning a theatre release with this one, and that would have been... They should.
No, it didn't deserve that. But I mean, to be fair, given the constraints they had with Steven, it's not a good movie. We'll get onto that. But I mean, it makes it a bit more understandable because clearly Steven is an absolute nightmare to work with. And you could, when I think about it, I can see between him and Alice Parks, like no chemistry.
No.
You're not a salesman, Simon. And you're not a cop. And someone taught you how to fight like that.
No. All the fighting stuff, I got that off of home videos.
Whatever.
It's funny that they had a whole romance planned out between the two of them.
Which I think that's probably a good thing that didn't happen because it would have been extremely strange.
It would have been, but it would have given the movie a little something else, I think.
Yeah. But it would be. I mean, that is a strange prospect. Like Stephen, like kissing a Latina MILF and like being like, you know, romantic. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. It was too late in Stephen's career for any of this.
No, I don't really ever want to see, particularly late stage Stephen. Like, I don't really want to see him like kissing a woman ever.
No, I mean, I don't agree with the notion that for some reason every movie has to have a romantic subplot or a sex scene. When most action stuff, let's be honest, there's not really any sex involved.
Do you think Stephen's done a sex scene?
Yeah, Stephen's definitely done some sex scenes.
What, you think,
sure.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, most sex scenes aren't like full on fucking,
go on those,
are they?
Mr. Skin. Website, yeah, like this is like for the plot and stuff.
Steven Seagal. Yeah, so anyway, so he finds Gary. Gary explains, like, he's giving him all this info. And it gets very confusing with all the different gangs.
Yeah.
There's these different gangs, and you're sort of like,
Well,
it's these
not
guys.
At all.
No, it is.
There's two gangs.
Well, yeah, but then there's
there's the west side, the east side, and there's like the sort of like.
And then there's like the I can't remember their name, but Danny Trejo's gang. Yeah. It is confusing because they're just I think
you're like there's three gangs. I think you're revealing us to have like low IQ again. Like
whatever.
You're like, it's so confusing. There's three. I can't keep up.
It is the way he interfaces with them is confusing. So anyway, he goes to confront one of these gangs
because Gary says that it's the cholos. He says like, oh well, they're like all over like, you know, these streets and that this is their neighborhood. And yeah, he goes and there's quite. I have to say I do actually quite like this scene.
Probably the best scene. Danny Trejo, you mean?
Yeah, I enjoy Danny and Stephen like interacting.
Some folks say you might know something about who killed my son.
Now let me take a guess. You heard that from some Mayate gangbangers, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's probably the best scene in the film. Danny Trejo's got some fine ass broads with him.
Yeah, he does.
They're a bit too attractive. I was like, one of them is like, she's a bit hot to just be like one of Danny Trejo's like girls who just like hangs out with him all day. He goes and meets him. They have a sort of like respect, man to man. Steven's like, I like you. You're a bad man with
a bad man with good intentions.
Bad man with good intentions like me. And Trejo's like,
You know, I look at you. I see a man like me. A bad man with good intentions.
I was like, do you have good intentions, Stephen?
Yeah, I don't think you're displaying that.
In this film, Stephen kills 27 people.
Does he really?
He kills 27 people. And he's been, I'm a bad man with good intentions. Those aren't good intentions.
Yeah, we also, on the subject of Stephen's moral compass, we forgot to mention this. So Stephen, he makes a point early on. He goes, I don't care who ordered the hit. I just want to kill who pulled the trigger. Which is a very odd.
And it's also not what he achieves because he kills 27 people.
Not what he achieves at all, and it's utter nonsense. If my son was killed by gangs, I would be much more interested in who ordered the hit.
Yeah,
I would want to kill both of them, but I would definitely want to kill the person who ordered the hit. And the person who did it was just carrying out orders. Yeah. Why did the other guy want my son killed? The person who did it doesn't even know who it is.
Yeah, he's all like moralistic, and there's a scene where like Latina MILF Alice Parks says to him, you're just as bad as them.
This is revenge.
Yeah, that's what it is, revenge. What the fuck you think it is?
Why?
Because they killed my son.
Simon, this is never going to end.
I don't really give a fuck what they do. I just know what I'm gonna do.
You're just as bad as they are.
No, I'm a lot fucking worse.
Yeah, carry on being involved with this guy, Alice Parks. Yeah. It's clearly good for you and for your life. So he goes and he's going around to find these guys, and Danny Trejo tells him like, no, it wasn't us, it was these other guys. So he goes and confronts them, and we meet one of the recurring gangster characters in this film, who I have described as Gabriel Jesus with dreads. You know the guy I'm talking about?
No.
Basically, imagine Gabriel Jesus with long dreads.
My little homie and me grabbed that nigga's gun and shot his ear off.
He's the one who is.
He's there during the horrible like gory neck scene.
Yeah, I think with the fat guy, there's multiple scenes where Stephen viciously assaults gangsters. There's one where there's this fat black man who tries to fight him, and it's just like, come on, man to man.
Stephen has like, you don't know these guys' stories. You don't know if they've come from like bad families, or they've got like, you know, a pregnant girlfriend at home that they're just trying to support. Like, he doesn't know anything about. And for a character who said that he just wants to kill whoever killed his son, there's 4 of these like thugs in this room. He he presumably, I think he like knocks out one of them who's going to be knocked out for so long that he's going to like have inevitable brain damage.
He's going to be needing fed.
He's never going to remember the like
spoon-fed for the rest of his
he's
life.
never going to know what the face of his mother.
He's not going to be able to identify Stephen as the one who did it.
He's going to think he got assaulted by like an Easter Island head.
Yeah.
And the other guy, so this is like the really big sort of like, you know, cuddly like black guy, and Stephen like he sort of like he kind of like not knocks him out, but he's sort of like
he's got him subdued. He doesn't need to do anything
on the floor,
to him.
and then he like is really horrible. It's like very like shot like in your face. He like takes his neck and he's sort of like a bit like a chiropractor does. I mean, to be honest, what he does is quite like a lot of those horrible, dodgy chiropractors doing those TikTok videos. But he takes his neck and he just like starts bending his like torso up and up and up towards him, curling him around like a prawn. And you hear this really horrible like bone breaking noise. So Stephen had just gone in without even really talking to these guys or finding out any information. He's gone and he's snapped the neck of one man and potentially rendered the other one completely brain damaged.
Yeah, it's incredibly unnecessary and vicious.
In juxtaposition to this really horrible, like gory scene, I think in this scene, but at least throughout the movie consistently, there's a lot of like really childish like bull busting and like bull kicking. And I'm pretty sure that this is in that scene as well.
There's three scenes of the movie where he kicks a guy in the balls.
Multiple times.
Like one scene later on, he kicks a guy in the balls about 10 times in a row really hard. And again, Stephen loves stuff like this. I'm willing to bet Stephen's like, I want to kick him in the nuts. The one where he kicks him like 10 times, that's something Stephen
That's something personal.
Yeah, it's just very...
But it's just odd that there should be numerous instances in like quite a violent and gory film of like just like repeated like testicle obliteration.
Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah, he really is hammering people's balls. He's very violent.
Yep.
And it's very random and haphazard.
Yeah.
So, he doesn't carry order the hip. Then we're introduced to Eddie Griffin's character. Eddie Griffin can be a sort of, when you can't get Chris Tucker, you get Eddie Griffin. He can be quite funny in some stuff. In some comedies, when you want him to be Eddie Griffin, but you never want him to be anything other than Eddie Griffin. You know, he's not an actor. He's not a thespian. He's Eddie Griffin. So he should just be Eddie Griffin. For some reason in this film, he's meant to be a scary gangster, but they decided, well, he's Eddie Griffin, so he should also go on kind of wacky Eddie Griffin-esque spiels.
Talking helicopter.
Helicopter.
I always wanted one, man, you know what I'm saying? That way I can get a bird's eye view of my territory, you know what I'm saying? I can watch the little soldiers out there slanging and banging. In case a little motherfucker fuck up, you know what I'm saying? I can come in, Vietnam Rambo style, right out the side of that bitch. Blip, 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 blip. Drop, yeah.
And they're not funny. He does a lot of Scarface impressions.
Say hello to my little friend. You understand me? Then you just hold a gun to the bitch like, yeah, suck it.
He does a lot of shit jokes.
You like dim sum, bitch? Well, you can have some, and that ass white boy you with.
He does a lot of like, oh, Eddie Griffin's so funny.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Man, fuck Santa Claus. He never got me shit. That's why I sell dope.
And a lot of it is, there's a very stupid one at the end. What is it he says? Something about, Compton. He compares Compton to a war zone.
Yeah.
Someone says like they were in war or something, and he's like, this is Compton. This is crazier than a war zone or something.
Yeah.
He's like, you ain't never been to Compton or something. It's like, all right, man.
You'd been to Nam?
Been to Nam? You been to Compton? Vietnam ain't got shit on the motherfucking CPT, cuz.
It's all just very tiresome.
He's not threatening in any way, shape, or form.
No, he has no screen presence.
Because Eddie Griffin had a sort of a brief period in Hollywood where he was doing quite a lot of movies and quite a lot of sort of well-recepted movies. And then for some reason... Received movies. Sorry, I'm fucking stupid. I'm fucking too dumb for this movie. What fucking can I watch?
That's how Eddie Griffin would say it. Well-recepted.
Yeah, that's why I said it like that. And
that's what he calls them. I'm in a lot of well-recepted movies.
Yeah. And then around this period was where he just sort of started only doing kind of like just shit movies, like shitty sort of like B films. And and he hasn't really been. I was looking at his IMDb. He hasn't really recovered
No, perhaps he doesn't want to. I don't know. I gather he's quite a zany character in real life. So Eddie Griffin, yeah, he's meant to be.
Did he do Irish Jam?
Yes, he's Irish Jam, yeah, which we will review on this channel at some point.
Yeah.
Comment below if you want to see the Irish Jam review, let us know. So Eddie Griffin, yeah, he's not good at all. He's very miscast. And they also mix in stuff with his character where he's like very horrible. There's this confusing scene where he's with these women and then it kind of seems to imply, we don't know, it feels like they're implying that Eddie is going to go and murder these women.
I don't think it's an implication. I think it's like
it's quite overt. And he says, I haven't killed a hoe in over a week. So it's like, Eddie Griffin murders a woman every week.
Hey, you bitches, get your ass up out of here. You skeleton-ass motherfucking drug addict hoes snorting up my shit. The fuck out my goddamn house. Killed a bitch in a week. God damn it.
Like, and it strikes me as very childish, like when you're a kid, what you think gangsters are like.
Yeah.
Like, you think that they're shockingly violent and that to them it's Grand Theft Auto, basically. It's GTA 3.
And on the scene
just
before,
like,
he's being like...
kill a prostitute.
He's being like really... Like, I don't like picturing Eddie Griffin in a sexual context. And he's like talking about like, why don't you go take those toys and try them out and stuff. So these like sort of like these honeys.
Hey, nigga, hold the fuck up.
All right.
Hey, why don't you ladies go back to the room? Get it cracking without me, you understand me? I'll be in a minute. And feel free to try them little things out, you know what I'm saying? I got some toys back there. Yeah, it's Christmas.
And then immediately he's talking about how he's gonna like shoot them. And it's just like a very odd, sort of like startling and jarring juxtaposition.
Like, if he was real, he'd be one of the most chilling psychopaths ever.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most evil men ever. That's basically what they're saying. He's one of the most sick evil men ever. Also, he tells them to go upstairs and play with toys. Like, obviously sex toys. But, like, they're not, it's not like with Stretch Armstrong. But, like, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, go bung that dildo in you. I'll be up in a bit. Like, really? You want us to do that? I don't know. I can't really...
I think that's all right.
No, it's weird, man. Go and bung a dildo in you. It's like you can have sex with a man. You're like, yeah, there's a fleshlight up there. Go and fuck that pocket pussy for a bit and I'll be up to join you.
Yeah,
like,
but he's doing business.
You're doing business?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but just like, tell them to just wait for you. You know, you don't need a deal. Go on your phone or whatever. Read back before. Read a magazine.
Play Candy Crush or Flappy Bird.
Play Flappy Bird. Yeah, and then he comes out with a gun. They're like, Eddie, what? Not Eddie. What's his name? He's got a weird name. He's called like Armand. Yeah.
Do you want to check the phone?
Yeah. What, just like browse the web?
Play Flappy Bird?
Yeah, just like that. It reminded you? Yeah.
Do you remember the Flappy Bird craze?
I remember hearing about the Flappy Bird guy,
No,
feeling
you
like...
played it, didn't you? Everyone was playing Flappy Bird for a while.
I never played Flappy Bird.
Oh, mate, Flappy Bird was really fucking good. But yeah, he, because he was just like I think he was like Chinese or something, and he just like made this very simple game, and it became so famous, and everyone was playing it, and it has since then spawned like loads of other like games that are, I mean, it's not the most like, it's a very easy copyable format, and he was like all like on like Twitter and stuff talking about how like Flappy Bird's ruined his life and how he's like really depressed and how he never intended it to be this famous, and we never really heard from him again.
I feel he should just, you know,
I would, if something like that happened to me. I was thinking about this the other day. You know that, have you seen that video of that, when there was that meteorite in Portugal? And there's this very famous video of this girl where the meteorite goes over her head, and like Will Smith shared it and stuff like that.
No.
Oh, well, it's very famous, and it was being shared like by all the celebrities and stuff, and it is like quite an incredible video. And this, like, I was reading about how this woman was like talking about how like, it like changed her life, and I was like, wow, that's like really crazy. And then she talked about how she's like made an OnlyFans because of it, and now that's why she's like, that's why it's changed. And like, the original video is not sexual at all. She sort of just looks a bit like, I guess because she looks a little bit like Mia Khalifa. And I was thinking, like, if I had like a viral moment, like I would be like the Cash Me Outside girl. Like, I would be having like rugs with that viral moment on. I would have no problem completely whoring out that viral moment. I would like have t-shirts, merch.
There's not the OnlyFans.
No, not the OnlyFans. But no. I would like. Well, that's why I was like. That's why I was kind of like. That's how you.
That exactly.
Like, that's how you monetize it.
OnlyFans. Yeah, you can do an OnlyFans anyway.
Yeah, like, oh, you're like cute little like, you know, little like meteorite video. Like, why don't you like fucking get some t-shirts being like, mate, meteorite girl.
Fucking.
Spell on that thing.
What's her name from The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Adriana from The Sopranos has one. Do you really need an OnlyFans? Rachel Dolezal has an OnlyFans. I've seen some of the pictures from it. Oh god.
There's some real confused brothers that are subscribed to
It's probably Stephen. Steven's like, God damn, I like this woman. I don't know what it is. She just do it for me, man. She remind me of my mama. She remind me of my mama and them. Stephen and Rachel, they should have been together, man.
Yeah, man.
They were born to be a couple. Steven's like, God damn, she fine. She fine.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had one from the Hulk tour girl.
Well, no, I was going to say I think up until the crypto scam, I was like, look, I don't like this meme.
I respected it. Like, I was like, get your money.
I didn't like the meme. I didn't find it funny at all. But when she was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I've lost my job, so I'm going to become rich off this meme. I was like, you're doing really well. You've done a fucking stupid podcast. You're on other people's ones.
She just got a little. She got a bit George Lucas.
Someone
a little carried away.
Obviously
with it.
approached her. She clearly didn't do all the crypto shit herself. Like, so
that's not a crypto, bro.
But like, she probably should have just gone, I've made some good bank. I don't need to get involved in crypto.
What was quite
scams.
surprising is they announced, like, kind of towards, like, after it had already been quite like a sort of long-standing meme that I think even like the normies were getting a bit tired of. They announced that they were going to do like a TV show about her. I was like, really, guys? It takes quite a long time to, like, you know, film a show and then like release it and stuff. I guess they haven't.
I'm glad you didn't say Hulk to a movie. That would have been.
Oh man,
we're gonna make a movie. We're gonna make a motion picture.
I mean, they should do it about like her downfall and stuff. I felt really bad with her about like about the like for her about all the cryptocurrency scam. There's this one video where she's like in a Zoom call and they're like calling her out about it and they're being like, what are you about this like crypto scam? And she's like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual like source of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's like, to be fair, like, what else can you say in that
Well,
situation?
she probably said, I'm really sorry to everyone who lost their money, and I didn't know.
But I think probably, like, in like legally, you don't really want to.
Yeah, you don't even want to say. So it's like,
I feel like I'm just gonna go to bed. It's probably like the best thing you can say, and that's what we should do. Like, bro, if I ever get arrested for something, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah, that's what Getz did, and it didn't work out too well for him.
No, it did not.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that. But yeah, the non-apology, I guess, when you don't want to legally implicate yourself, like Travis Scott. When he just did that, it's like, don't do the video. If you're just gonna sort of be like, thing happened, something happened, and then a thing happened. It's like, just forget it. So anyway, there's Stephen. Then at one point delivers a just dreadful monologue about his dead son.
Every day that goes by, you kind of can't get used to the fact that somebody that close to you is gone. You always think, hey man, I gotta call my son, or I'm going to see him soon or something, and then you kind of remember the unthinkable has actually happened.
And we see some very confusing funeral flashbacks. This is actually the third time we see there's the police funeral where they're like brr, 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 like playing the horns,
and they do like the like 6-gun salute, whatever it's called.
Yeah, we see this 3 times in the movie.
Yeah, like that.
And
like Steven's got amnesia and like he's
all he can remember is stuff that's happened in this movie. Like he can't remember anything else.
This is like a real trope you see
in
like shit movies.
The flashbacks are always from
good
the movie.
movies. Like you really couldn't just bung in a couple of extra scenes. Like you really this main character his own like it's like he's only existed for the length of this film.
The best is in Goldfree. Check out our first ever video on Goldfree when Leo Gregory's character hits his head and he's like, the whole of Goldfree's flashing before my eyes. The whole movie's flashed before my eyes. Everything that happened that was on screen. So Stephen, anyway, he sees his flashback to his funeral, and the weird thing is this time he's not hiding behind a tree. He's at the funeral.
Yeah, it's really odd. It's like they added that in later on.
They added it to go, oh no, don't worry, he's not a complete freak. He was there a bit.
Yeah.
We're only showing you that in the flashback.
Because the weird thing is that they say, like, I thought, oh, maybe he's hiding behind the tree, like, fucking doing peekaboo or some shit, because, like, maybe him and his son had a bad relationship.
Yeah.
But, like, throughout the movie, they really lay it on thick about, like, how Max really loved Steven and, like, how he spoke so fondly of him. So there's no excuse other than being just, like, a little creepy little attention seeker.
A
little peeping Tom, like, for him to be hiding behind a tree.
It's like, it's my grief, my truth. I'm going to hide behind a tree. If you don't like it, I'll kick you in the nuts.
And the other cops are just like, let's just leave Simon Ballister to it. He's clearly a freak. And he's like, that's right, I'm a freaky ass. Okay, well, there's the monologue he gives Alice Parks.
Yeah.
The Latina MILF Alice Parks. And he gives her this monologue, and it's very, again, it really makes sense when you say he was only on set for like a couple of hours a day, because he's just like, yeah, but I love my son, and it's strange. He's dead. I keep thinking I'm going to see him. I love him.
And I do have regrets because when he was a child, I really didn't spend much time with him. But when he got older, I really kind of feel like I got to make it up. You could be away from somebody for 10 years, knock on the door, walk through that door, and it's like you never left. That's close, and that's how he and I were, you know, that close.
It's like, yeah, good stuff, Stephen. I really felt that one.
Yeah.
Really felt that in my heart. I almost
He's
teared
giving
up a
her
bit
like
there.
literally nothing to work with, and she's trying. Like, I feel like performance-wise, hers is one of the best in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, she is trying.
She just seems like a normal human being.
Yeah, she just seems like a normal Latina MILF
who, for some
Alice
reason,
Parks.
is making extremely strange life choices.
Yeah.
So yeah, then he's shot.
This shooting scene's really odd as well, because like he's in the house with Latina MILF Alice Parks, and like a load of these like gangbangers, like there's loads outside, and then a bunch of them go into the apartment to do this like shootout on him, and
he's like, Alice Parks, here's a gun, and she's like, cool, yeah, I mean, I'm clearly part of this, so I'll take a gun, and I'll deal.
This involves me directly. As
this
a
involves me,
landlord.
and it's clearly now necessary to deal with 20 gang members.
But the odd thing is that like so Stephen, despite the fact he's literally like fucking 6'9" and looks like a giant leather sofa,
and makes no attempt to hide or cover. He just walks out like bang, bang, bang,
and
you did.
All these like gangbangers, they every single bullet like just like the like space time warps around Stephen like some shit out of the Matrix, and just he cannot be hit apart from where for the plot he gets hit in the shoulder.
Superman. Have some of this kryptonite.
So he has this like shootout with about 8 of them, and he kills all of them.
It's more than 8.
And no, because there's 8 that come
ones
in.
That come in, yeah.
And then they're looking out the window, and the other one's just like doopy doopy doop. And then they're not reacting at all to the fact that there's been like a hellfire of like
this
bullets
happens a lot. Someone will
happening
get
next to
clearly
them.
shot, and other gangsters just wait for their turn to get shot.
Oh, there's a lot in this film, and you see this in shit movies all the time, where like there's one person and like a group of like, you know, a group of people that are trying to attack them, and they all very patiently and politely only ever go one at a time. So Stephen will do like, there's a lot of bizarre martial arts in this film as well. I would say this film, you get probably, out of all the Stephen movies we've watched, you get like the most involved martial arts from
Which
Stephen.
is not saying much.
No, it's not. It's
But
a
yes.
lot of like, you never really see Stephen's martial arts like with like a wide shot perspective.
No.
It's only ever kind of like sort of flurry of hands, as if it's like sort of meant to confuse you.
In this, you get a couple of kicks. Like, you get some...
a lot of ball busting.
A lot of kicking the balls. A lot of... just very effortlessly throwing men across the room, and clearly the stunt men are having to do all the work. Where Steven's like, I'm gonna grab your hand and do this, and you gonna fly over there and smash through that table. And the guy's like, right, so you're just gonna do this, and I'm gonna basically have to jump backwards across the room and smash into the table. And he's like, that's right. Oh, there is also one bit where he walks into the room, I think it's Gary he has, and he takes Gary's in the room, and Steven I think pushes him And Steven's a big fella. He's a lot bigger than Gary. He either pushes him or kicks him.
Oh, yeah.
And he clearly, you can see he does it very hard. And Gary goes flying and it looks very painful.
And he hits against a chest of drawers.
He hits a chest of drawers and it looks like you'd be like, oh!
Yeah, it's like, that's not like a stuff. Like, it's
They're not made of
Gary.
sponge. That's a real set of drawers and a real person who's just been flung by ginormous Samoan NFL player into a piece of furniture. And it's just like, oh!
Man, look, man. The fuck, Clammy?
Gary's character is given too much prominence in the film, and Gary, it feels like, they tried to give him these like sort of Marlon Brando-esque like monologues and stuff.
Yeah,
and
or
it's
I
like,
think he's meant to be a little bit like sort of like Wallace from The
Wire, something like that.
Yeah,
where Gary's meant to be, and it's like, why is Gary such an important part of the film? And also, he's not a good actor. He's unable to do it, and there is a thing of. It feels like a lot of more like sort of theatre school like black fellas where they're like, you're black, you can play gangster, and they're like, sure, I'll try, and then they like do these really dodgy accents where they don't really sound right, and the slang is really weird.
When I was hanging with Isaiah, I overheard a conversation between Shaw and Armand. They was talking about how they gonna eliminate Max, man.
We just had a little food break, which I imagine Stephen did a lot throughout the filming of this movie.
Do you think he has anything like? Do you think he like can requests the catering?
You think he makes specific orders? Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has.
Because he has his own makeup artist and hairstylist on this movie. There's like a whole separate makeup artist and like hairstylist for the general movie cast, and then Steven has his own special one.
Yeah, he went to his one. He was like, I want to look just like everybody else in the movie. I want you to make me look like all these other men. And she was like, are you sure? I think Steven was like, okay, I can't do blackface. So they cannot say that Steven's character is black.
No.
In fact, they have to make it clear at some point that he is in fact a white boy. I think that's why they got the skinheads in. For some reason, these skinheads call Steven white boy, which is very confusing.
From just like a cursory glance.
They're like, hey, white boy. And it's like, aren't you skinheads? What's going on here?
Yeah, like, surely you guys are quite good at like working out, like,
Also,
it's quite like a key component to your sort of identity.
Why are you calling him white boy as well? Like,
but everyone's calling him white boy.
Everyone's calling him white boy. It's weird, yeah.
But, so I think that sort of gave him sort of like the green light to get quite
heavy with the makeup.
Yeah.
And also like it's almost like the movies where of going, oh no, he's white, don't worry, Steven's not doing blackface.
It's almost like for this film he got almost like a bit of the perm.
Yeah, no, that's what I think. It's like weirdly zigzaggy on his head, which it normally isn't.
It's like he had an afro and he got a relaxer.
Yes, that's exactly it. Like he normally has to put a do-rag over it to keep it like flat. Very strange. So then we have an extremely boring, badly shot car chase with no music. I was wondering, the first time we watched this, I was like, why is this car chase so shit? Because he's getting chased by these two gangbangers and they're like shooting at him. And I was like, fucking bored, man.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't pay attention. I was like, fucking hell. This is so boring.
It's very dreary.
It's very dreary. How can a car chase where you're being shot at be dreary? But it is. It's like dreary and dull. And then I realised there's no music. And what's very weird about this is they put music to everything in this film. Every single scene has music.
I think they wanted like the sort of gritty realism of the sort of like the car driving sounds.
It's like
or
a
something.
fat person who puts mayonnaise on everything. They're
sure
having
Steven
some
does.
fries. They're
Yeah.
having. He's like, I want mayonnaise, and then they go to have a tuna sandwich. And they're like, I don't want no mayonnaise on my tuna sandwich. And you're like, I think you should have some mayonnaise with this, actually, Stephen. I think this needs mayonnaise. Like, I don't want no mayonnaise. I want that shit to be dry. Okay, this is how my mama and them used to make it. And you're like, okay.
Like it could. This is a scene that really should have and could have had a little bit of musical mayo.
A little bit of musical mayo to wet that shit up, but he doesn't have it, and it's just really boring. And then Stephen, like again, he's like, I made him look like fools. He like does some weird shit in the car, and somehow their car just flips over. They're shooting at him, and Steven's like, I know they ain't gonna hit me. And he's like driving straight at them. He's not sort of like,
No.
like dodging the bullets. He's just like, yeah,
There's
I don't
no
mind.
adrenaline to this shot.
There's no adrenaline because Steven always knows. He's like, no one can hit me. I'm too big. That's why you can't hit me with a gun. I'm too big. The bullets miss because I'm so big. You get confused and think I'm the Earth itself. You think I'm the planet Earth. So that he somehow their car flips over and he goes over and he's like, show me your ID or something. And he like looks at their ID and he's like, who sent you? And then somehow he gets some info out of them or some boring shit.
And it's just very like I realized one of the problems with Steven is that like there's never any kind of like intense energy to his performance. Like he always sort of acts like he's like laboring for breath a little bit. And like when he goes and he like throughout this whole car chase scene, there's no like adrenaline, energy, like intensity, like, you know, it's like he's watching the movie with you.
Yeah, it's like he's doing the school run. He's just sort
Yeah.
of like, and he's maybe in a bad mood, you know?
Yeah, that is what he's like. Like he's had a bad sleep.
Yeah, or his wife like found like porn on his computer the day before and he's like,
Yeah.
this bitch, huh? Yeah, he's like, my baby mama found porno on my computer, dog. Shit. He's like, man, my baby mama and them. He's like, that crack ass bitch.
And when he's leaning out the car to like shoot back and stuff, it's again just very
He's just like,
very like anesthetized.
yeah, it's also like, Stephen, we don't know the end of the film. So you know you survive in all the movies. We don't yet know that as the viewers. So, well, we do, but we shouldn't. So you should make us feel like something bad might happen.
Like his life is on the line.
But he is eventually, at some point in the film, basically, he's shot in the shoulder and he passes out. He has more funeral flashbacks. He's like, ugh. He's just constantly having flashbacks to this one funeral, which
that he barely saw because he was hiding behind a tree.
He's behind a tree, but when he remembers it, he was like, yeah, I was there, man. I see myself in the chair, not behind a tree. Because he realised he was behaving like a tit when it actually happened. So then he gets shot and he wakes up and the first person he sees is, we're introduced to a new character called Cousin Winston.
Wake up, Simon. Wake up, Simon. No, Simon, let go. That's my cousin Winston. Simon, stop. That's my cousin. Let him go.
Sorry.
Again, a very strange and unnecessary character. Cousin Winston, it's like...
I think they just would desperately need more people to film that weren't Steven.
Yeah, but like, why? Cousin Winston, he's very striking to look at.
Yeah, he is,
He's
yeah.
quite alarming, and he's just like, Cousin Winston, like... Why is he so, like, why don't they just be like, oh, this is Jorge, and he's just a very normal guy?
Yeah.
But his Cousin Winston, he's got this strange, like, boingy-woingy curly hair.
And he got
this,
like very like
sort of-
circular, sort of like cherub-like eyes.
Yeah, he's got a mental face.
Yeah.
He's like an evil cherub.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? And she's like, oh, don't worry, this is just Cousin Winston. And Steven's immediately disrespectful to Cousin Winston, which is like, fair enough, you know.
Well, he goes to choke him.
He tries to attack him.
The first thing he does is, and like to be honest, like if you had just had like a near-death experience, and like the first thing you wake up to is this like evil cherub, like I feel like sort of choking him out is maybe like it's not that outlandish of a response. And like Alice, she says that like this is what he specializes in.
He's a nurse at USC Medical Center. This is what he specializes in, Simon.
Like what, like removing the bullet out of the shoulder of a like massive like Polynesian man.
Out of a bear. Yeah, he's a bear doctor.
Yeah,
it's really weird. And like it's just like, you just get, when you're making a character that's not important to the film, you don't make them called Winston and choose a very unusual looking man to play them. And Cousin Winston's just constantly alarmed. He's always like, and then Steven's getting out all these assault rifles and shit and like grenades. He's getting loaded up for war. And Alice is like, oh man.
This is an ancient KG-36. It's a bad machine gun, man.
This is revenge.
Yeah, that's what it is, revenge. What the fuck you think it is?
Why?
Because they killed my son.
Simon, this is never going to end.
I don't really give a fuck what they do. I just know what I'm gonna do.
You're just as bad as they are.
No, I'm a lot fucking worse.
It's like,
Yeah.
this isn't normal, Alice.
And then we never see Winston again. It's like, so we were suddenly just like, blah, like introduced to this character and then just like taken away.
And Winston's like, yeah, my female cousin is just in a house with this guy who's got like 30 assault rifles and is about to go to war. And that's okay. I'll just leave her there. I'm not going to be like, Alice, you need to come and stay with us. Like, this man is not good for you. This is clearly a bad situation you don't need to be in.
There's probably more scenes planned with Winston.
Yeah.
I think there was probably everything like Alice Parks related. There was probably going to be a lot more stuff out, but obviously
Absolutely.
Stephen was like sleeping and eating.
Through Alice Parks, we were clearly going to find out who and what Stephen is.
Yeah.
But Stephen was like, I ain't doing it no more. She's a bitch, man. She a bitch. She ain't like my mama and them. She a bitch. I ain't working with her. She don't understand my people. So, basically, yeah, all this shit happens. Then Stephen follows Eddie Griffin and the corrupt cop to a drug deal where they make a drug deal with this guy that looks like Shaq. And it's one of those weird drug deals where every single potential sort of co-conspirator in the case turns up, where they're like, let's get all the guys in our gang that matter and that are facing, you know, potentially sort of life in prison on like RICO cases. Let's make sure we all meet here.
Yeah, it's all very convenient. Let's compile together all the characters that we need to be in one scene.
Yeah.
Into one area.
And that's what gangsters do. When they go to pick up drugs, they go, right, let me get me, my right-hand man, all my main lieutenants, and everyone important who I don't want to get arrested. Let's all of us go to pick up the cocaine.
The person, you know, he's like from the east, so they're like, oh man, Eddie Griffin, he's like West Side, right?
Well, and you don't understand either, so it's not just me.
and then this guy, the Shaq guy, is the east side, and they're doing this drug deal. And so Eddie Griffin's got literally every single boy that we've seen in the film in this like warehouse. And then Shaq turns up with just 2 of his boys.
Yeah, well, there's 2 more outside, and again, Stephen shoots one of them, and everyone's like, what the hell is that? And then the other one, who's meant to be guarding outside, is just like, do.
Yeah.
After Stephen's just shot someone.
Like real NPC behavior.
Stephen shoots hit. Yeah, it's like in a game where as long as you're like 20 in-game meters away, they don't know what you're doing over there. Like they're just death. Or like in Friends, when they have a conversation by the sofa and the kitchen table's over there, they're like, this is the living room, that's the kitchen, they can't hear us.
The sound barrier.
Doesn't matter that there's a wall, it's a different room. Yeah. So anyway, Stephen turns up and kills some people. They like double cross the other gangsters. They take the coke and the money, and then Stephen follows them. And again, it's like, everyone you need to hit. If you're going to kill everyone, just blow them all up now. You clearly don't care about human life. Just get a grenade, chuck it in the room, and be done with this. But Steven's like, no, I want to follow their ass and see where they go. I don't care who ordered the hit. I just want to know who pulled the trigger. But I want to know where the guy who ordered the hit is going.
27 people.
Yeah, and he's like, I want to see where they're going. What they up to tonight? Maybe they know somewhere good. I don't know. Shit. So he follows them. The colour scheme they went for, I think, is like brown, grey and black.
Yeah,
but
so Steven Seagal brown.
The blacks are not, in the
Not
colour
crisp.
grading, are not enhanced, so they're very flat.
Yes.
And then you can go with this colour scheme, but you got to do it well, or just don't. And that's the weird thing is, they've really gone for it. Everything matches this colour palette. Like, it really has a colour palette that could have been good if they just graded it a bit better. Just up the contrast, really. That's all they needed to do. And turn the black input up. But it's very flat and vague and shit to look at. And around this section of the film, it to look at is so dull. When Steven's following them around and everything, it's just this ugly, dark, boring movie. And then Steven gets there, he follows them to some sort of warehouse. There's this weird guard that looks like Tom Cruise for some reason. Steven beats him up. I think he kicks him in the nuts. And then
there's a random bit of flames as well.
Yeah,
when he's like fighting these like guards, it's almost as if they were like this, like even the director, and realized like, oh, this is really boring.
They were like, Steven's not going to do much. So what we're going to do is we're going to randomly light a fire.
And it's like a little fire, like a fireplace fire.
Like a desk. Something on a desk has caught fire. Like there was like some alcohol on the desk.
And it has no consequence to the rest of the scene.
Just like the fight, it's like bam, bam, and then it's like fire on the desk, and it's like, what?
And then you never see the flames ever again.
You don't see it again. It's like
that's a well-contained fire.
What was the point? They show it like, oh no, the fire's started again. Probably there was meant to be a scene, and Steven was like, oh man, I ain't doing that. I don't want to go near no flames. I don't need that. So they were like, all right, we'll just put it in. I guess
just show a bit of flames.
We'll just show a flame to show
bung a bit of
danger.
flames in to try and like.
Steven could have caught fire, but he didn't. And then there's some very strange choreography, particularly here. There's one bit where Steven's fighting the corrupt cop, and you can see that the scene was so bad that they've zoomed in way further than it was meant to be. So you see just this of the cop's head, and Steven's just like, and the cop's like, and like nothing that makes any sense is happening.
No.
Surely
it jumps out at you when you're watching this. Like we both were like, "What just happened?" Like it really is quite jarring how strange this bit of like
it's
choreography
like
is.
When you're editing like a music video or something, you go for it. And sometimes there's a bit you don't have a good clip for, and you're like, "Oh, I can't put that in. Like this is so shit." But you just go, hopefully no one really notices that this shot is like meaningless and everything looks wrong and it doesn't make sense. But in this movie, for some reason, they were like, yeah, just bung that in. Just like, we'll just zoom in really far and you won't really understand what's going on. Steven has he kills the cop. Then he has a standoff with Eddie Griffin. And again, this is where the movie we're presented with the extremely bizarre, nonsensical moral compass of
His moral
Seagal's
compass
character.
is just like,
yeah, it's like you've gotten a compass and you've just gone like this with it.
You probably think I'm gonna kill you. But you know what? I came here for one thing. And I did what I came here to do. I got no beef with you.
He's like, I already got the guy to kill my son. It's like Eddie Griffin was a big part of that.
He was literally told, like Gary said, I heard Armand, Eddie Griffin, and the corrupt cop talking about how they were going to eliminate Max. It has been literally spelled out for Steven.
When I was hanging with Isaiah, I overheard a conversation between Shaw and Armand. They was talking about how they gonna eliminate Max, man.
I came here for one thing. And I did what I came here to do. I got no beef with you.
Because of you, my son died, but I ain't got beef with you. You didn't pull no trigger. It's like, you are mental.
Yes,
you are
and what
absolutely
about
mental.
the 26 other people that you murdered in cold blood?
Yeah, the guy that tried to have an honest fist fight with you and you snapped his neck.
Yeah.
And Eddie Griffin, who's like murdering prostitutes every week, and you're just gonna be like, you cool, man, we ain't got beef.
Because Eddie's pointing his gun at Steven, and then Steven does this like cool like little, you know, when they like take the person's gun, they flip it round back at them.
Again, Steven, whenever is necessary, Steven can do this.
Yeah.
People always, they hold the gun really close to Steven. They're like, you about to die, man. And Steven's like, oh yeah, pow.
Yeah.
And he just like takes
But it's
the
not
gun.
that fast, Steven.
No, it's more like,
It's like Yogi Bear. Like,
Yeah.
Yogi Bear just sort of like swiped the gun out of his hand. So even after Eddie Griffin, who he knows has murdered his son, ordered the murder of his son, and has also pointed a gun at his face, he's like, I'm going to let you go. I did what I needed to do.
and then Steven, he like chucks the gun or something, and he's like, yeah, we ain't got beef. I'll see you later. And he walks off, and Eddie Griffin is like, damn, that's gangster or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
He actually says, I think he says that's some cool shit, but he just goes, damn, school.
It's a cool motherfucker.
Could you at least have said it's cool shit or that's cool shit? He's like, school. It's like really
I
confusing.
don't think any scenes with Steven were reshot.
No.
I think they were like, okay, like it's like literally like golden hour. Like they got a once in a lifetime clip, and they were like, you know what, he's gone to go eat like KFC in his trailer.
Absolutely.
He's done now.
And they're looking at the footage and they're in the editing room. They're like, we can put this. They're looking at each other and they're like, we can make it. We'll. And in their heads they're going, the movie's ruined because of Steven. We never should have done it. And they go, well, we'll put that bit there, and we'll zoom in so you can't really see Stephen like literally not moving.
Yeah.
You can see Stephen looking at a sandwich that's like over there on the he's like, "Damn, craft services sandwich. I like that." And then they're like, "Stephen, we're filming." He's like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." So they just like can't get him to do anything. So anyway, then he walks out, and then past all the police, there's just been this massive carnage. There's just a trail of dead bodies in his wake, and he's like, "Oh," and they play the shittest hip hop song ever, like a really, really bad song. And Stephen just walks out to the hip hop again, where it's like, "Yeah, this my people, my music, man. Night's gonna be murder."
It's hard to tell if it's like
cops,
in slow mo.
the cops don't even look. They're not even like, "Sir, are you okay?" Like they think he's a victim. They're just like, "Yeah, he lives there
in this abandoned warehouse."
He clearly lives in the abandoned warehouse. Yeah. So Stephen walks out, and that's it. With the version of this movie we got, whenever we want to find these movies, the only place you can find them is like Russian websites.
They're obsessed with Stephen films.
Well, it's one thing is also they still torrent, so Russians have like all the movies that are not on streaming and stuff, and their torrenting is still very popular there.
Yeah.
And
but particularly Stephen torrents.
Well, it's more, you can find basically anything, probably not like rom-coms, it's usually stuff like Stephen, yeah. And then they dub them, and they're like, we keep accidentally putting on the Russian audio at the beginning. It's like, Sony Pictures present.
Sony Pictures Home Entertainment представляет.
And then it's like, we clip through, and it's like, Stephen's like, "Yeah, he alright, where you gonna find my son?" And then it's just like,
Я хотел выразить соболезнования, но настроение было не то.
And like they're all the same voice for all the like normally for a dub you get, there'll be different actors, like
and they
like
might
voice
try
actors.
and do the Stephen voice. They might be like, "Привет."
But no, he's just doing
like,
it like
and Stephen's clearly like, "We're gonna find a man who killed my son."
Если Альчива замешан, он знает, кто это сделал.
Не знаешь, зачем ему это нужно?
And then when you can hear him quietly in the background.
Yeah, you can always hear him loud. Like you can hear like it's both at the same time. But the Russians, they'll just be like, "Yeah, pretty nice movie, not bad."
Ты попал, урод.
Yeah, I like that it don't take shit from these gangster wannabe thugs. Stephen killed them all. Like I think they don't really know. Like they're just like, "Yeah, it's fucking good. He killed these guys." Like the kind of like Russian fella who's watching all the B-rate Steven Seagal movies.
Well, he thinks he's like a sort of like a Steven head.
Yeah,
Seagal head.
Yeah, they're like, "Not bad. Drink some beers. It's not fucking bad." And like, just bung a bit of Stephen on. And he probably likes the fact that Stephen's killing a lot of black guys in this movie.
Realistically, yeah.
He's like, "You don't take bullshit."
I got number time.
Я весь твоем распоряжении, не забудь.
And then they just like pretty good. Like they don't really care. Like they're not like us. They're not like, "But why is Stephen's character doing this?" They're just like, "Nice, fucking good, yeah." There's a big audience there. I mean, Stephen now lives in Russia.
Yeah.
He's basically part of the Russian like propaganda machine.
Yeah.
And he stopped doing movies since the war broke out.
Well, no, he did that. He did the documentary, which I have tried to find this one. Like you can find it, but you cannot find it with an English dub because obviously the Russians are like, "Well, it's in Russian. I don't need to do that." And he did a documentary where he's on like the front lines and he's like talking. It's basically like just pure Russian propaganda, like talking about how like Russia's the victim and like.
Is he fluent? Is he speaking Russian?
Yeah, he's fluent in Russian.
Wow.
And it's like I'm part of his like PR team. I'm like, yeah, he is.
Fluent in Russian, can do great stunts, handsome.
Yeah, fantastic hair.
Yeah.
And and he's like and he sat on a chair for a lot of it, and there's a couple of clips of this documentary online, and Stephen looks ginormous.
Oh yeah.
And this is when he's got the I think what's the sniper film he's in?
Special Ops.
We always think it's called American Sniper.
Yeah, it's not American Sniper. We mentioned it on the show before. We're like, we'll do American Sniper. That's not the movie.
No, yeah.
American Sniper does have the funny scene with the fake baby. Where they're holding a very clearly fake baby, but no, Sniper Special Ops.
And it's
one.
when he's got that beard and moustache. Also, the one from when he's eating the carrot.
Yeah, that's that.
And,
he looks massive.
And so, but no, when he sat, because they've got him sat on quite a small chair, and they're doing like a panning around him scene, and it really highlights his just circumference. It's a really startling shot. So he's only doing stuff like that now for the
he's not, which I feel we've been robbed, because up until like 2020 he was still making, and the films were getting worse and worse, and I feel like in the last 5 years the likelihood of there having been something really funny, and also, you know how like Jackie Chan can't really do Jackie Chan stunts so much anymore.
No.
So Jackie Chan tried to transition. Jet Li did it as well. They tried to transition into more like acting roles, you know. I love the idea of like Steven getting to a point where he's like, now I just want to show who I am as a person. No more fighting. I want to, you know, making a movie about him playing the blues or something, or like something where he's just like, I want to show people how soulful I really am on the guitar. I'll play some soul music, I'll eat some wings. And it just, like, movies, I don't know, just something, or just Steven trying to act, you know, like
Do you
playing...
think we'll see Steven return to the big screen?
No, I don't think
What, do you think he's done and dusted?
He's left America, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
He's essentially like a traitor, like...
But I was thinking about this, and I was like, because the director has talked quite a lot about what a disaster it was to film this movie, and he seems like very bitter and resentful and angry about the whole thing. And I was thinking, like, is Steven such like a blockbuster star?
Yeah, I know.
That people want to work with him?
Yeah.
Like, most of Steven's recent movies, actually, to be honest, a lot of his movies for like quite a long time have been straight to TV. And like, what like, I don't think, like, because there are some movie actors, even like sort of shitty movie actors, where if you put them in a movie, you are probably guaranteed to make, you know, get some people to watch it because they're in the movie.
I think,
but I don't think Steven is like, I don't think you can really sort of like, you know, sort of bet a buck on Steven.
He's in that category where it's like with footballers. There's a certain footballer who fits a certain profile who's like the best in the world in that position. And you go, right, if we can't get him, we'll get this other guy he's the same style, he's just not as good. And if we can't get him, we'll get this other guy who's actually quite shit, but he does perform the same role.
And if we can't get him,
we'll get this other guy. And then you've got like the Arnolds, the Dolph Lundgrens, the Stallones, all the action guys, and Steven has always been firmly in that category.
But I don't think Steven comes cheap.
No, I think he has for the last... I'd say this was one of probably the last movies... I'd say around this time was when... Obviously, they knew he was straight to DVD, but there's still money in straight to DVD movies.
Yeah.
This would be getting to the point where people are going, no, like, even for a shitty straight to DVD movie, Steven is not really worth it.
Because it's one thing to be like who's that actor? He's wearing the bucket on his head.
Marlon Brando.
Was that Marlon Brando? Yeah,
Yeah.
I like, you know, for some actors where they're so famous enough, they can be like, and they are sort of blockbuster. They can do stuff that causes chaos and carnage on set, like Marlon Brando wearing the bucket on his head or having the little
And
like,
people
mini
will
version of
go, look, just having this guy will elevate. Whereas for Seagal to elevate the stature of a film, now it has to be a very bad film.
Yeah.
Like, there was that one we tried watching, it was like vampires and stuff in it. It was from a few years ago. It was really, really terrible. And so it's only a film that's basically a step up from being straight to YouTube, where they would go, we got Steven Seagal. And you go, well, that's kind of funny.
No, but he fucked up that movie as well. That one that people like reference a lot to Steven. Just like, apparently Steven, like midway through filming that one, I can't remember what it's called, we'll put it up here, he rewrote like basically the whole movie halfway through filming it, and he said he wouldn't film the other half of it. So you know how it's like really odd, the random, like how the vampires come in just really suddenly, and there's a lot of like really bizarre, almost psychedelic stuff that happens in that movie. Apparently that's all Steven's doing, and apparently the writers and the directors were like begging Steven to stop rewriting the movie, and so he it just doesn't seem worth it to work with Steven.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, Steven is... it doesn't, no.
But you've got to kind of respect it. You've got to kind of respect that, like Steven will do what Steven wants to do.
Kind of.
We can all do with being a little bit more like Steven in that regard, I feel.
Yeah, it is interesting how he's using his Stevenness to, like, it's diminishing more and more and more, but he's just on a smaller scale doing the same thing, and he's refused to ever go, like, you know, okay, I'll play by the rules, you know, I'll change. He's just gone, oh, the movies are not as big, but I'm just as big. You know, it's like this resource, this Stevenness that just it fades, but it doesn't die. It just fades and fades and fades. And if he was still around, if the war hadn't happened, we'd be seeing it to a point where I think I don't think he would ever do a straight to YouTube movie.
He's like rock and roll. He might fade away, but he won't ever die.
Yeah, as Alex Turner famously said.
Yeah, that rock and roll. It seems like it's fading away sometimes, but it will never die.
I think Stephen would like to be like the fact that we compare him to rock and roll.
I don't think Stephen would take.
I mean, like
kindly
blues.
To...
Like it might fade away, but it won't ever die.
He's like, I'm more like the blues. I never go anywhere. You just have to listen.
Didn't he do like
Yeah, he has albums.
Like, but didn't he do like sort of like reggae music?
It got a bit.
I remember there was
reggae-ish.
one where I don't even think
There's
we can
one
put it
where
in this video because it'll probably get copyright claimed.
Yeah.
There's one where he's talking about like his like girl, and he's like, it's really startling.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
he's like sort of doing like sort of reggae blues
He's
dub.
like me one put the fire and
Yes!
the girl and the bomb and the boom boom.
You want the bananas if it make me nice. Me love the way you walk, sometimes the way you talk is so hot. Now you know, let's have a shot of rum. Then me can make you come.
It's just like
He's
really.
like doing who's that singer? The rapper.
Oh,
Is that-
M.R.
Yeah.
Big bomber class before busting on me head. A sexy girl say she want to give me head. When me fuck pussy turn red.
When I fuck the pussy turn red.
He's doing like
Steven's
that. Yeah,
almost
he's
like
almost
that.
yeah.
He's like, I make her feel good when she sit. He doesn't say sit on my dick, but like it's not that bad.
I don't
But it's
want
quite
Steven
sexual.
to talk about stuff like that. I think maybe he's talking
He's
about.
quite sexual in this
I think
song.
he's talking about making a woman come.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
I make her come so many times or something like crazy. And then he's on the guitar, and then it's suddenly like blues again or something. He's absolutely.
He's quite
wild.
good at the guitar though.
He's quite good, yeah, but you don't know like with Steven.
He's really honestly like I'm really not just because he looks like me and I sort of wish he was my dad. I'm quite fond of Steven.
Steven, he's incredible. I mean, I know that would change if I ever met him. I like him from afar.
But we really liked him when he was he remember he did that with those MMA guys.
Yeah, he was likable there, but I think he liked the fact that they were treating him seriously.
Yeah.
Because, to be fair, most people don't know that Steven was a very legit martial artist. So a lot of people are like, Steven Seagal. And then these guys, he had some like earnest Scandinavian guy like trying to ask him for advice. And he just really liked it.
He was like, yeah, he's very, I don't know, he still was quite a lot like Yogi Bear.
But he still had the thing of like, Steven's talking, everyone else shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck about anyone else.
No.
He also had the thing, someone was, who was it was interviewing where he pushed them into the pond?
Oh god, yeah, I was
it was Jack Whitehall.
Yeah, it was.
He pushed Jack Whitehall, which is not something you expect to see, as Jack Whitehall being pushed into a pond by Steven Seagal.
I mean,
But
I don't really disagree with Steven in that. I really don't like Jack Whitehall.
Yeah, I mean, most of us would push Jack Whitehall into a
If
pond.
I had the sort of like, you know, the stature and the presence of Steven, which I don't think is that far off. I think it's
What I will say about Jack Whitehall is he's one of these posh guys. Well, first of all, I think Jack Whitehall is like he has the potential, very good comedic potential, but he's decided to sell himself out to do lowest common denominator muck for normies.
Yeah.
And he's also got a thing where he's like a posho who wants to whore himself out for the chavs as like an Uncle Tom of poshos.
Yeah.
Or like a magical Negro, like a magical posho. Michael McIntyre basically has sort of decided, I'm going to be the posh guy for chavs.
Yep.
No posh people will ever watch me.
No.
I will not be respected by my own people. I'm the posh guy for chavs. And that's Jack Whitehall, I think, has done the same thing where like both of them could have been funnier, but
yeah, I don't.
Jack Whitehall, I think, has high comedic potential. It's just he's just
I
got
think he's got a bit Russell Howard syndrome.
Russell Howard syndrome. What's that?
Where just like he sort of like found a sort of a comfortable sort of like just lazy middle ground, and like people will eat it up, like people will absolutely gobble it up.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mean that it's like his full potential, because I think Russell Howard was sometimes quite funny, but like the stuff that he does is painfully unfunny. But it's not for us.
No, but it could have been. That's what I'm saying. I think Jack Whitehall. I also think the same about like James Corden, for example, as a comedic actor is sometimes very good. Like I obviously hate James Corden. Everyone hates James Corden. No one enjoys James Corden as a talk show host. As a comedic actor, sometimes James Corden is very good. And Jack Whitehall, I think the same, can be very funny as a comedic actor.
James Corden in the zombie film?
Yes, he's in a zombie. No, which one?
The one with
He did a vampire one.
No, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking of someone. The other guy, the one where they're in the pub.
Shaun of the Dead. No.
Who's that?
That's Ed, it's the guy who's just basically from Shaun of the Dead and those other movies.
Yeah.
Nick something or Ed something.
What's James Corden from?
James Corden was in Gavin and Stacey.
Oh yeah, the chip scene. That's very good.
And yeah, the chip scene is very funny. Yeah, watch him in that. And also in The Wrong Mans. He was very funny in The Wrong Mans.
Oh yeah, he was. He is quite like as an actor.
As a comedic actor, he's very funny.
He's very funny. He's quite likable.
Yeah, and then in real life, he's the most odious person.
Yeah,
and not just in real life, but even on his talk show, he's.
There's nothing.
awful.
Nothing is worse than the carpool karaoke.
Oh.
Honestly. Like, people talk about, like, oh, what would hell on earth be? Would hell be, like, you know, you're drowning in fire and brimstone with, like, imps, like, you know, filleting your genitals. I honestly think hell on earth would be if, like, you just... just, like, you're sat down and you're forced to watch all of carpool karaoke on repeat.
Yeah.
There's oh my god, man, like I know there's certain things in this life that really trigger me, and like watching James Corden with like Nicki Minaj or the Adele one is really bad, and he's like singing,
it's disgraceful,
and he thinks like you can tell he thinks he's fucking killing it.
Hey, love is a game.
Like, I think also that, like, the Hell on Earth, it would be you're forced to watch that, but you're also forced to look at all the positive comments about it and about how much they love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's as bad as having my genitals filleted by imps, but it's not. I will agree that James Corden's carpool karaoke is very bad, and he definitely. I think he's like, for a normal guy, I'm a very good singer, and he even got up on stage with Coldplay and did Nothing Compares to You.
Nothing compares to you.
And he's really going for it.
Is it good?
No.
He did one.
It's good if you knew someone, you'd be like, you know, like when I sing in the car, you'd be like, if I did it like that, you'd be like, all right, that was better than I expected. But clearly James Corden...
No, you're only good at like, basically the Shakira.
And only once in a while I get the Shakira
honestly, guys, like
because Shakira has a very strange voice.
The other day you were doing, was it System of a Down?
Yes.
And I did not like that. It was really bad.
I did some good Morrissey the other day. I was doing...
Morrissey is quite good.
I was doing
basically, all
Girlfriend
you can do
in a Coma. Not Girlfriend in a Coma. This Charming Man.
All you can do is Morrissey, Shakira, and sometimes Tom York.
Tom York. I do a bit of Tom
But
York.
I didn't want to... Because I didn't like... So you were doing me a favour. You were driving me to the post office. So I didn't... And you'd take me to the shops and
I was doing Toxicity by System of a Down. I was doing all the parts.
Yeah, you were doing all the parts.
When I become the man.
And like...
I was like, the toxicity of our city. Go, disorder, somewhere between the sacred
and I was like gripping like on my seat like this, like I was like, yeah, but it was worse.
Sacred silence and sleep. Yeah,
and like I remember like looking at you, like sort of like turning my eyes, and like your veins were bulging out of your head, like as you were like going for it so hard, and I was having a bad time.
Probably I would have.
Because that song goes on for fucking ages as well.
I would have had a better time in the car with James Corden. Probably me and him.
No, you wouldn't.
Just like
no,
disorder.
No, absolutely. James Corden, you would have had a much worse time.
Why?
I don't think he wouldn't have liked it.
No, but he doesn't like anything, Tara. He's completely dead inside. As soon as the cameras are off, he's like, right, where's my lunch?
Yeah.
Like, but then the camera comes on, and he's like.
He did a really bad
So
one with
as long as there's a camera on while we're doing System of a Down, he's like and then the cameras are off and I'm like, oh, I thought we were pals, and he's like, get out of here now.
Yeah, he pushed you out of your own
I've
car.
heard numerous things I've heard about him that it's like boom, like the cameras come on and he's like and then it's off and he's like so serious, like, and
I don't
strict.
think you can laugh like that. Like to be able to, like, you either have to be the most joyous person on this earth, and no one like that exists,
or
really.
utterly dead inside,
or completely and utterly 100% dead inside. And when you look into his, like, he's got like sort of like soulless sort of puggy eyes. There's nothing there.
No,
the lights are on, but no one's home.
When he got that job, that was one of the strangest things ever.
Yeah,
because like he wasn't big in America before then.
Nope.
And no one likes him as a person.
No. But I think they were like, okay, the English are fucking fed up of him. Maybe we can just like whore him out to the Americans.
I think he must have known someone. I think they wanted to replace Craig Ferguson, and they were like, James Corden is genius. Someone who was more powerful than they should have been had this idea.
Well, the thing is like you can, when like a hot man or a hot woman gets a job like that, you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's not who you know, it's who you blow.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone's like wanting favors like that from him. No.
No, not at all. No, it was very strange. Absolutely
There's
bizarre.
a really bad one he did with the Stranger Things cast. I can't remember what song he did, but they're clearly really uncomfortable. And this was them when they were like, because people forget they were like 10 when they first did what ended up being like the biggest show on Netflix. And they're doing a song and they're up there and he's kind of like sort of center stage. Like it's sort of like he's the main singer and they're the backing band. And like, it's really cringe. Like it's like he's like he thinks he's fucking killing it.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May.
Anyway, look, this fucking movie. We're not here to talk about James Corden.
They got a little bit of everyone.
They got of everyone.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of everyone.
Everyone and everything.
Look, we're running dangerously low on calories. We can't even think straight
We've eaten
anymore.
a fucking lot of fudge, mate.
That is true.
We can't be that low on calories, can we?
No, yeah. Well, we're low on calories relative to Steven Seagal and James Corden.
Oh, mate, you would want to like if you were on a plane that went down, like in the mountains or something. You would be fucking delighted if they were on the plane and they died.
If they died,
you would be like, I'm sorted. Oh no, if they were still alive,
if they were still alive, you're like, right, got to listen to James Corden. He's still fake laughing when the planes crash. He's like, and you're like, James, we're gonna die, mate. And he's like, he tells a joke, and he's like, and Steve, no, it's like he's not. But then someone takes a phone out, and suddenly he's like, Steven. You would probably think he's probably going to kill and eat me, to be honest. Like,
no, I think Steven would want to kill and eat whoever was like most delicious.
Yeah, he's like, those are sexy ladies over there. Yeah, look, so anyway, fucking hell.
No, Steven would go into like he'd become like sort of like a bear in hibernation. Like he would start like like terminal burrowing.
Yeah.
Where like people when they get like hypothermia, he would start doing that, but then he would just hibernate.
Yeah, he is. I was thinking when you were saying about the Russia video, like him in that chair, he's like someone brought a grizzly bear into a house.
Yeah.
Like he's very much like a bear. He's enormous.
He moves like a bear.
He's
sort of like, yeah.
He fights like a bear. He just like, I don't have to do anything and you just die. So, look, scores.
So this film, okay, you know what? Do you want to tell them what we do with the scores?
Oh, okay. So basically, guys, if you're new to the channel, sorry if you're not, and you have to hear this every single time, but you will hear it every single time. We give 2 scores. We give a score for what the film actually deserves as a film, what we think objectively it deserves as a piece of cinema, and then we give a so bad it's good score.
Like
that's
the ironic
like
score.
the ironic score, how we enjoyed it to take the piss out of, basically. Like.
So as a piece of art, like as a movie, now this film is quite a unique experience for this channel. It's the first one of these where I've really enjoyed it. Apart from maybe from Partners, this one I really enjoyed a lot more on the second watch. The first watch I hated this film. I did not like it at all. The second watch was a lot better.
I enjoyed it a little bit more the second time around, but partially that was because we watched it in bits and because to write notes.
No, honestly, I really did enjoy. Because I think the thing is, I think you're so like you're just you once you know how to. It's a little bit like if you go on like a water slide. Sometimes the second time you go on it, it's more fun.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that. Like once you know what to expect,
exactly what it was.
You can enjoy it a lot more. So once I start the film, I know where to set my expectations. I know I know what I'm strapping in for.
Just reminded me of that fucking thing we were watching the other day about the water slide where the little boy's head came off. Sorry to bring things down, but just
they're really getting a little bit of everything.
They're like, give us the scores.
Hell,
I'm like, wait.
You've really taken this down to a somber night.
Oh my god, though, dude! Talk about excessive violence. Never mind Steven Seagal. That shit was fucked up.
We were watching a video about this the other day, and there was this father who went the next day.
Yeah, it was like, we were. No, it was 3 days later, and so they'd obviously booked a trip
they'd
well
closed.
in advance.
Yeah, and then they
opened again 3 days later, and the dad was like, yeah, I mean, we didn't really feel right coming, but I mean, we had it booked, we decided to go ahead with it anyway, but we brought flowers because it felt wrong to just turn up and not not acknowledge it. And it was like, right, kids, you're explaining to like a 7-year-old, like, we are still going. Just to let you know, a boy around your age, his head came off.
We bought some flowers.
So we're going to put flowers.
So we to begin our family day out.
Because normally kids don't understand the gravity. You know, you can be like, oh, you know, so-and-so's like great uncle died, so mummy's a bit sad, and the kid's like, I don't give a fuck, I'll go to the theme park. But when you're like, yes, a boy your age was decapitated. He's like, what's decapitated? You're like, it means his head came off on one of the slides. And he's like, am I going on that slide? You're like, not that one, you're going a similar one, don't worry. And you're like,
just don't go.
Just don't go.
Like, you know, you imagine you started off this like really somber note, like, come on, kids, let's go lay down the flowers.
Let's lay down the flowers, and then we're like, woohoo! It's just so fucking.
You know, so like what was like just having fun, just like, so when you're on a water park, it's already a very silly activity. Like when we go to the water park, bro, it's like literally like 2 little fucking babies just flying around these slides, like having the time of our lives. Like imagine you just got like the sort of the grim sort of spectre of death in the background.
Not
like,
just death.
No, like decapitation.
You've always got the grim spectre of death. But like that is just
a little boy's head fucking flew off, and then his like corpse came down on the raft with like 2 other people strapped to it. Like,
he was like, yeah, we made the difficult decision to come along and whiz down the wacky water slides.
If you're gonna come, don't bring the flowers. Like if you're like gonna like just decide,
just
like,
disconnect.
okay, cool, yeah, okay, like don't like, come on, kids, let's lay the flowers down for the decapitated boy your age.
If you're gonna come, you have to pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You have to be one of those people who's like, I don't give a fuck.
You need to go there, have some waffles, like literally buy some balloons, get some like t-shirts and stuff. Like
you have the waffles,
really throw yourself into it.
You get sick going down the ride because you had the waffles too soon before, and you're like, yeah, well, life's not a bed of roses for any of us, is it?
At least my fucking head's on air.
Yeah.
You make some like really inappropriate jokes to the staff.
I mean, no, you do it the other way. You're like, yeah, well, it's been pretty tough for me as well. I got very poorly. The staff didn't advise me properly.
No. Yeah, it must have been a bit of a somber time for the staff.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to that water park?
Look, a bit tasteless of us to talk about it in this way.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who fucking brought it up in the middle of my score.
Well, look, we're sorry, and we're not. Honestly, I mean, I was almost crying watching it the other day.
Yeah.
It was extremely sad, but this one bit was funny. But the overall thing is one of the most horrible things I've ever heard in my life.
And those people that made that, there was a bit at the beginning where they were talking about when they were like creating the ride and building it, and like I don't fucking know, the park kingpin, he was like, oh, the mathematicians were wrong, and it's like, well, they clearly fucking weren't.
They weren't. Yeah, man. No, that shit is one of the most fucked up things ever. But
also there's the Australian family who got fucking like they were on like one of the log flumes.
That almost ruined our trip to the theme park.
We had a theme park like the next day.
We watched this 60 Minutes Australia about this Australian family who, like, the ride, the cart they were in on the water log flume, it flipped upside down, and they got basically caught in like a medieval torture device.
Like in like a dog food factory or something.
It was like
a meat grinder. Like,
honestly, they didn't describe it too much in detail,
but enough
where you were like, oh my God. And it wasn't instant. And it was some of the most horrific shit I've ever heard in my life. And then like a couple of days later, we went on a log flume.
It was the first ride we went on.
We were like, let's go on the log flume. And then we got on and we were like, this is rather a rickety log flume. And then we were like, we realised we were like, you're not actually like held in.
No.
There's just some wobbly like wheels and you're just like, on like a conveyor belt.
I have to say, I haven't ever really, I do find log flumes quite fun, but I have to sort of like, it's a very uptight control
like,
type
it's
A
okay.
part of,
I'm fine.
But I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, but particularly a log flume. There's something about this, like, you're just not, like, I like when you're on a ride and you're like fucking strapped in. Like, I like the one that we went on where you got like the belt across you and you got the thing that comes down I'm holding on to it. I'm like, okay, if one of these fails, I could probably keep myself in there.
Yeah, and I almost think I'd rather be, there's something about the fact that the log flume, especially after watching that 60 Minutes Australia, that it can flip upside down the thing that you're in.
It shouldn't, like, I don't feel like it would be that hard to make that just not possible.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe because it's water, it's different, but Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like to be scared because it's like, oh, I'm so high up, I'm going so fast, I'm going to get splashed. I don't like to be like, am I going to be one of those mangled Australians?
I thought there's the other ride that we went on where it's like your legs are hanging.
Mate.
And like that one, like, you know, like neither
I'm
of us
not
are particularly
even tall.
Yeah.
And I was like, I swear I'm about to lose my head.
Like I swear, like maybe it was like sort of like the perspective or like the fact that you're whizzing around like a fucking 100 miles an hour or some shit. But like, I swear, like if my legs had just been a bit longer, or if my head had been a bit more over there, like I swear you're like sort of feeling the gentle kiss of metal.
No,
like,
I kept thinking that, and I was like, every time we went past this one bit, it was like all these railings. I'm like, what if Peter Crouch or Steve Merchant went on it? I don't think they could. I really
but they
don't think
have like a minimum height,
but not
like,
a maximum.
It's like, well, mate, there should be like, you know,
the
what
minimum doesn't seem important. You can just strap him in enough, you know, tighten him up. You could get baby in there probably.
Do you remember we went to that one? There's another theme park we went on, and we were like kind of scared, like to get on it, and then we saw coming off of it. Like
a 5-year-old boy.
Like literally, like he's probably still remembered the womb.
This was at Chessington. It was, I think, the scariest ride at Chessington.
Yeah, the vampire.
And there was literally this little, like, blonde, tiny, like, 5-year-old boy.
Like a pure little cherub
and he was just on his own, like, and we were like, what is happening?
It was gangster as
child?
fuck. Like, he clearly...
But he looked a bit just like...
Yeah, I don't think you should experience stuff like that at that age. I think, like, really, you know what? I think in general, I think society focuses... Like, I originally had this thought years and years and years and years ago when we were...
you've turned the tablet off. You're like, let's get into this, all right? I'm going to talk to you guys about something completely unrelated.
Like, we were in quite a bad state in our lives. Like, it was a very bad period. We were living in not a very like nice area.
There was a lot. Down?
Yeah, there was a lot of bad things happening in our lives. We were a real mess, and there was a petting zoo near us, and like I really wanted to go to the petting zoo to go like, you know, like pet some lambs and like cuddle some animals and stuff. And I looked into it, and like it was meant only for children, and only children were allowed to go there. Fuck off. Like my life was shit. I was depressed. I paid shitloads of money in taxes. Like I was in a constant state of like just stress. Like I'm the one that needs to go pet some lambs, thank you. Oh, what, little Timmy, who's 5, barely just gotten off the tit.
What do I get for Christmas this year? No job. You don't have a job.
Yeah,
that's what you get for Christmas. You don't have a job.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like, oh, can I make the rent payments this month?
Yeah.
Like,
also, like, just time is just all ahead of you.
Yeah.
And you haven't yet become aware of its passing.
Yeah.
That's what you get. For
you haven't
Christmas
got a fucking
this year.
single grey hair on your head, mate. That's your you bloody got hair, little Timmy.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I was gonna say, let's not, you know, exclude the baldies. We haven't got grey hairs either. We've got any. You'd count yourself lucky to have some grey ones.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I agree. The thing, on the one hand, I feel like bad for kids because the way we raise them is so fucked up and unnatural and horrible. But I think basically they're fun. It should be like you can just play and it be free.
It should be the fun is your imagination.
The fun is your imagination, the freedom.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be that you're playing GTA.
You're figuring out life, yes.
Or like watching
or playing with a plastic thing.
On that when we were waiting for that ride where we thought our craniums were going to fucking explode on the metal railings, we were waiting behind these like they honestly must have been about 6 or 7.
No, they were older than that. One of them was young. I'd say they ranged between like 8 and 13.
Okay, 8 and 13. Yeah. Even then, I probably would say as old as 13. And like, but anyway, they were like, you know, prepubescent. And they were they had a phone and they were all watching the phone. Like one of them, like the eldest one had it in front of them so they could all peer.
Yeah.
And they were looking at like, just like TikTok slop, like, but like TikTok, like borderline sexual.
Borderline. It was like, they weren't really TikTok thoughts, but they were like, it was just girls like doing all this shit.
And there was like,
and they were sort of like talk quietly, like, oh, she's got this hair or that, and it's like,
it's like, come on, girls, you're about to fucking be on a roller coaster.
Oh, this isn't good enough. Yeah,
you can't wait for 5 minutes.
You can't wait for this mechanical marvel that you could never even. You couldn't even draw it. Like, come on.
And I just think like we spoil children.
Oh,
like,
but we spoil them in ways that we shouldn't. And then there's ways that they so badly need us and they need more and they're not getting it.
Yeah, like
we give them all the wrong. And you saw it right when their dad turned up, because we were like, is there fucking what's wrong with these kids, man? And then their dad turned up. And he was clearly like one of these dads who's trying to be like a sexy dad. And he didn't want to accept that he was grown up. And he's like clearly going to the gym all the time and shit. And he's like,
wearing very tight trousers,
all
tight
tight
shirt.
and like trying to dress like he's 20. And he turned up, and then he's on his thing as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you can't be fucked to raise them, so you let them do whatever the fuck they want.
So you let the phone raise them.
So you're just like, oh, there you go, I'm cool and fun, haha.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they actually need you to pay attention to them, and when they're bored, they need you to like, listen to them. And but
yeah,
instead
people always
like,
talk about how, and like, look, like sometimes I'll be in public and I'll be like listening to like a little kid talk to their parent, and I'm like, that sounds fucking boring. Like they're just being a fucking little idiot, and like that would annoy me, like particularly because I'm like quite an unreasonable and irrational person. Like hearing them talk about like their like when they just say nonsense about like how they had like fucking went to Lollipop Land at school or something, like that would really trigger me. But like, I would still entertain it. I would still be like, "Oh, yeah, tell me about Lollipop Land," as I'm like, you're internally like, you fucking idiot. But like, never externally, and still like, like kind of like prompt that childlike wonder. You know what they don't need? They don't need 50 fucking presents under the Christmas tree.
No, they do not.
This like that you'll see. And I remember when these videos used to be like, they would come out like every now and then, like in the olden days of the internet, and everyone would sort of look at them being like, "Look at the freak." And like now it's totally normal. You'll see videos of where it'll be like, from these like fucking like TikTok moms or like YouTuber moms where they're like look at the family Christmas tree, and it's like a family of 3, and it's like, you don't need that many presents under the tree. Let's just take it down.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up, and it fucks them up mentally, and then they grow up with like spending addictions and shit, and they can't like connect with humans because they just all their emotion comes from like toys.
And then they're stuck like like if your childhood is so amazing, then it means you can't appreciate being an adult.
I think that's one of the biggest problems with our generation is that our childhoods were so nice, and I remember like the transition from being very young. With every year that went by, I became more mentally disturbed because I was like, it was so good at first. Like being like a toddler was so good. And also not even beyond that age, you're in like Winnie the Pooh world or Pokemon world or all of this. And whereas for like kids in the 1950s, it was more like childhood was great because they were in the forest playing with a stick, playing cowboys and Indians, and that was training you for life in some ways. Whereas for us, it's like Winnie the Pooh's immortal and everything is amazing, and then you're like, I'm gonna die. And I remember I'd be like, literally, I'd be thinking about it, and I'm like, and like I'd be like, having these thoughts of like dread and stuff of like getting older, and then it's like I should have been like running around. I did run around and play, but like it shouldn't have been. You're coddled by like culture and toys and stuff, and then you get older and they're like, you're going to really struggle to get on the property ladder, by the way, and then what are you going to do? You get some fucking failed marriage, and you're going to silently hate each other, and you'll probably cheat because you're scum, and you're just like, I don't know, this is what I thought life would be.
Can we just go back to Winnie the Pooh?
I want to go back to Winnie the Pooh. And then you get these guys who've got like, I'm here with my Funko Pops, and they're like streaming and stuff, and they've got this like yellow bedroom, like all these like blinking lights, and they're like, oh cool, I got a power up on Diablo, and it's like, yeah, I can sort of see how this has happened to you, but you shouldn't allow it.
On the flip side, like my childhood was quite like sort of like just devoid of fun and happiness.
You still had Winnie the Pooh, don't you?
I still had Winnie the. Don't worry, I still had Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I didn't really have that transition of like, oh, everything was so amazing tonight, everything's really bad. Like, just everything was quite consistently quite bad, and like.
Well, you saw Winnie the Pooh, and you were like, I'm going to become Dark Winnie the Pooh, and that's who you are, is Dark Winnie the Pooh. We're going to put some more pictures here.
Yeah.
Because
there's one picture of Winnie the Pooh in particular.
So much like Winnie the Pooh.
Bro,
it's crazy.
there's like, I'm gonna literally like, I will send you the image so you can put it in. There's one, because you used to say this to me and I'd be like, oh, hey, that's so sweet. And then for some reason I was looking at pictures of Winnie the Pooh to send to my friend. Yeah. And there is one where I was like,
oh, you look so much like Winnie
the
Pooh.
There was one where like it genuinely chilled me to my core. Like it was poor.
You look so much like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, we've got the exact same eyebrows and everything. And what the fuck was I saying? But yeah, I didn't even really have that transition where like everything. And I genuinely think the fact that my like childhood was quite shit, that I do think it means I sort of like, maybe not that I enjoy adulthood more, but like when adulthood gets tough, I'm more like ready for it.
I've seen people who had it real nice and they struggled.
Yeah. You get basically there's 2 types of person.
I think we should try. I actually think we should move, unless if you want to really finish this point, that's fine. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I think we've gotten so far off track though that I'm just suddenly like, oh my god, this has been like an hour of us talking about.
No, it's okay.
No, go on, finish your point.
No, it's okay.
Okay, but do you agree? I think we should probably give our scores.
It's when I start talking.
When you start talking, that's the thing.
That's when we have to end it.
Because I was like, she's going to list all the different types of people. I'm like,
I actually said there's 2 types of people, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But all the different types, all 2 of them.
Yeah.
Which is already a lot. Well, like, I don't really want to hear you talk about
We just
one
heard you
type,
talking for ages
two.
about some stuff, and then as soon as it comes to Pooh Bear's time to talk.
No, you're right. You didn't say a word during
So
any of
the
that.
dark Pooh Bear's time to talk. I like it when you refer to me as Pooh Bear, not as dark Pooh
Well, you're
Bear.
dressed in all black right now, and you're not, Winnie
Okay,
Pooh's
I hope you
yellow.
mean like spiritually dark. Pooh Bear.
No. But I mean, you are talking about like my childhood's pain. So like, Pooh Bear doesn't say anything even remotely like that. He's just like, oh bother, like you can't find some honey
There's
or
a video
something.
of the original Pooh Bear voice actor, and he's like really old and fucked up, and he's got like I guess his grandchild, and he's talking as Pooh Bear to the grandchild.
that's scary.
And I really fucking didn't like it.
Well, it's like when I do the voice for the dog, I do like a character of our dog. And then, like, once in a while, you look at me, and it's like, no, don't. Or I look at myself in the
We
mirror.
have a big mirror opposite our bed, and one time Kira was looking at it. You did the voice, and you looked at me afterwards, and there's real like pain and
Yeah, it's really
disturbance in your
scary.
eyes.
It's like, oh, because in my head, it's a real,
Yeah.
it's a real character that
Yeah.
the dog has. I'm genuinely like, this
conduit for the dog.
I'm a conduit for the dog. And then I look at myself and I'm like, thanks. And I'm like, it's like really scary. Right, look,
Well,
fam.
okay, the scores.
Scores. Okay, so let's look.
I haven't given my score.
Yeah. So let's do it. You're the one who's like, let me finish my point. How dare you call me dark? Fucking dress like the dark, dress like a Sith Lord.
Yeah, you're sort of like dressed like a little
I'm a
angel, and
Jedi.
I'm like,
You're a Sith, bro. You're Darth Pooh Bear.
yeah.
And I'm fucking.
Well, do you think they'll see my little teddy bear?
I'm
my little cat socks?
Moby-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, better than you were expecting in that.
I didn't in your eyes, you were like really excited to say it, and it sort of like caught me off guard. Like if
Yeah.
you just had a bit more of a neutral expression, I probably would have given it a bit more respect.
sorry
I
about
think you
that.
should maybe take that on board in
No.
life in general.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you're probably right.
Yeah,
It's something I have
like-
been working on where I tell a joke and I'm like, you fucking like that?
What the fuck was I saying? Okay, look, as a piece of art, as a film. It's between a 4 and a 5.
Fucking 5.
But like a 5 is like we're gonna run into this. Like 5 is like an average just bad film. Like
5. You're insane.
it's like nondescript.
Mate, you got to leave room for so much else. So when you watch just a bang average action movie, you think this is a bang average action movie?
This is out of like bad films.
This isn't out of bad films. You're comparing it as a film.
No, but then then it's like a fucking
A film
2.
that deserves, like-
if I'm like, taking into account all movies ever.
You're
like,
rating it as a movie. It's a movie. You're rating it as a movie. What it deserves a movie. If like Children
Stop
of Men is a
telling Jerry
10,
Seinfeld.
and then like what is this?
Okay, look, I'm gonna give it a 4, maybe a 3. A 4. You know what? I'm gonna stick with. Really, my second viewing has altered this a little bit. If I take into account my first viewing, it's gonna be a 3. But I did quite enjoy it on my second viewing.
I'm giving it. An action movie should not need to be watched twice to be enjoyed. By the way,
Okay, based on that,
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
I'm giving it a 3, and to be honest, a 3 is a bit generous. The only reason it gets a 3 is it has enough of a budget and just enough overall base level filmmaking competence and like production value to just make it a bit more watchable.
I will say I was being a bit upset with the 5.
A 5 is insane.
Sorry, I got a little bit overexcited with the energy of the video and stuff, and then like
A 5 is absolutely
about being
absurd.
told I'm Dark Pooh Bear and
You're
stuff.
not-
It just
I don't want to be all sweet with you on the video, first of all. Secondly, if I'm just like, she's Pooh Bear, they're going to be like, fucking dressed like Ozzy Osbourne. What are you on about? She's not Pooh Bear. So I'm trying to clarify, like, I know she's not the real Pooh Bear. You know, don't worry, we don't want to scare anyone. We don't want to scare any children watching. For some reason got past the bit about like someone their age being decapitated.
Well,
and then we're like, here's Pooh Bear. And they're like, yeah, don't show this show to children. It's not that bad, but don't show it to children. I mean, we want the views.
Look, yeah, bung it on YouTube for kids. Let's get a couple of views.
On mute. Just mute it.
Yeah.
Put some song over it. Put that shark song over it. So the Baby Shark one, not a different shark one, not the Jaws theme tune. That'll make us even more frightening.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to say it's a 3. The score it deserves is a 3. I actually think what it really deserves in terms of their work, it is devoid of any like creativity or wit
or energy.
The lack of wit is very poignant. The dialogue, it's like they're just shit. Like the jokes are shit. No one says anything clever. None of the script is clever. The dialogue is terrible. it's really, there's nothing interesting or creative about the movie apart from its bizarre moral compass, which is not really to its credit. So it really, they've done a bad job, but again, yeah, it gets a 3 just by basically being like a watchable, it's not boring.
It's a 3.
The ironic score, the so bad it's good score.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
As usual, your scores are always way too high for everything, but a 6 is more understandable there. I mean, it has Steven, generally just having Steven in does...
I like how you get a lot of joy from how dark he is. And
Yes.
his general appearance. And I do have to say, I love Steven in the leather jacket and the little glasses.
The little glasses were very
I honestly
good.
think that has bumped it up from a 5 to a 6 for me. He looks fly as hell. He looks like alternate universe, deep fried, like pudding Giles.
But
Buffy.
I was bored the first time we watched it, and a good so bad it's good movie you're not bored. So a 6 would be good. So I'm going to say it's a 5. It is like
I'm only bumping it from a 5 to a 6 because of the.
It's worth bunging on for a
leather
laugh.
jacket.
But like there are times when it's very boring. But Steven is just funny to talk about if you're having a few beers.
Oh, this is a fine one to put on with a couple of.
And if there's a few people there, because
brewskis with the broskies,
that fills in the gaps. Whereas we live together, we're together all the time. So during the boring bits of the film, there's a few of you, there's a bit more of a, vibe going on, a rowdy energy. Then you might be like, all right, that fills in the blanks and the boring bits. But when you're actually watching, especially because we're trying to like review it,
yeah,
and we're like waiting for it, it's kind of boring. So yeah, anyway, 5.
They've had a little bit of everything and everyone in this video.
Yeah, we ate some coffee beans before this to give us energy.
I feel like the coffee beans...
They're kicking in now. I feel fucking revved up.
I was actually a bit tired, sort of like halfway through, and I was like,
I also had some pre-workout, and then as the show was going on, I was like, I feel like I'm taking pills, man. There's coffee beans and pre-workout. I feel myself. I feel like, feeling when you're coming up and you start feeling you're being a bit mental. And you're sort of like, you're like talking too loud, and then you're like, I can hear myself in my ears. And you start feeling real weird and fucked up. That's how I feel now. It really went off the deep end.
I think when you started talking about the boy being decapitated,
I think we both went a bit insane when that came up.
I was quite shocked.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting it.
Well, that's what an artiste does, is they shock you. Like Kramer did at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
It shocks you. And let's be fair, I did not go as far as Kramer did at the Laugh Factory.
Again, we're like building it up, the momentum, and then you bring it back down again.
Kramer at the Laugh Factory. I don't think that brings up
just shocking.
One of my favourite topics ever.
Yeah,
I would say probably my favourite topic of conversation is what Kramer did at the Laugh Factory. I think that's probably one of the best things that ever happened in the news. Like, not the best things. Excuse me.
Look,
not one of the best things that happened in the news. One of the most shocking and interesting and entertaining news stories. It's not good to do that. It's not good that it happened. He was wrong. I think we can all agree. Even I think most racists, of which I do not include myself, would agree that was wrong.
Not me. My silence wasn't quiet. It'd be like Dark Pooh Bear.
Dark Pooh Bear over here is like, he's like, shoot yourself, brother. I'm one of the brothers. To be honest, I don't think you could really be Aryan Brotherhood. You're a little bit Turkish for that,
Mate, look at your face. You look like you sell cheap falafel.
Who could be in the Aryan Brotherhood more? Me?
That's just because you're bald.
Or Fatima?
That's just because you're bald.
Come on, let's be honest.
You literally look like you sell bad kebabs.
Mate, you spent the whole time talking about how foreign Steven Seagal looks, and then you're like, I know I look like Steven Seagal, and now you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, but no, Steven Seagal is very dark. I'm actually quite pale. You're a lot more tan than I am.
I'm blonde, bro. My eyes are light as hell. I'm blonde. I've basically got blue eyes. Come on, man. Leave off. So anyway, yeah, that was a very entertaining and scandalous news story. We do not support or condone what Kramer did. And that's about it, really, isn't it?
We were talking the other day. I showed Ciaran the picture of Paris Hilton kissing
oh my God.
She's at
more stuff for you guys to look up while you're watching this video.
No, we can put the picture in.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can put that picture in.
I don't know. Pictures seem almost worse than videos. We've been having some copyright issues lately, chaps.
No, you can defo bung that picture in. Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Paris Hilton kissing the belly of that fat Mexican lady, thinking she was pregnant.
That's so good. And you can see a bloke in the background who's clearly clocked what's going on, and he's like, she thinks she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that photo was. I hadn't seen it before. That was killing me, dude. That was fucking good.
And that the cricket player
who uploaded a dick picture to
and he's like,
Twitter.
What you thinking?
And he's uploaded
Kiss,
a
kiss.
hideous dick picture with his fat belly out.
Like one of the worst angles you can tell. Lads,
embarrassing,
if you're taking dick pics, please
the upwards thing.
don't no. As if you're upwards and you're lying down,
It's because they think that's the only way from a selfie you can get yourself in. Just take the dick, or just you can't just do one of those no dick though. Can you just your face? Like, hey, like it's not like a sexual invitation unless you're like real sexy ass fella. Like Stephen. But otherwise, yeah, they think logically. But even if you're a real sexy ass fella, you're doing it upwards with the dick. First of all, you're getting the balls and the gooch. Then also, no one looks good like that. And it's mental. But especially when you're a fat bloke. That was that had to be though when he realised he had posted that on Twitter.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine it's such. If you take it as a gesture and you ignore the fact there was an accident, it's the most perverted and disgusting thing ever. To all of your followers, no matter their age or gender or anything, just what you're thinking. Exactly.
The worst part is the message that went with it. The what you thinking ... XX. Like
I think the worst part is the photo of his penis.
No, because like
if he just wrote what you think in XX, it wouldn't be that
because
bad.
Like I think it's one thing to take a ghastly nude of yourself like that as like a not very attractive fat middle-aged man, but like to say like what you thinking, like you're a sexy lady
to try
or something.
And sell it.
Like because the what she's thinking is probably like ugh. I'm like
even if he sent it to the right, I think especially you just got to be like there you go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
just got to be like get some of that down you slut. You know there you go, love.
Yeah,
not much to look at, but not gonna. You got to be really sort of no nonsense about it, you're like not winning any beauty contests, am I? But there you go, there's me meat and 2 veg. Enjoy it or don't, up to you. I'm off for a pint, you just got to like that's what that body says.
Doesn't matter what it look like, matters how it makes you feel.
Yeah, exactly. You won't care when it's inside you, trust me. Actually, maybe you will. I'm pretty tired. But then that's the energy. What you're thinking exactly. It's like a sexy woman. It's like what you're thinking, and you're like, it doesn't matter that you're just a lady, say what you want, basically. Yeah. Fucking hell, man. We need to not eat so many coffee beans.
Wait, bloody hell.
Cool. Well, I guess it's time to wrap it up. Thanks for watching, guys.
We got some good videos coming up.
We got some fucking...
I mean, not to say this one wasn't good. This is... But we got some real good ones coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, we have, Because one film we are so excited.
It's funny because we've got one film we're so excited to rewatch, and then we've got another film that we're really, really, particularly you, really, really unhappy about rewatching.
There's a film. I'll say there's a film coming out. It's not coming out. It's out. We're going to do a video of. We're going to review, starring a famous rapper, and it's possibly apart from The Room, I think it might be the most we've ever enjoyed one of these. It is so good. And then there's a kind of rom-com thing after that, which is, I would say, the most annoying movie.
Yeah.
Definitely the most irritating movie that has ever been made. It is so excruciating to watch. And we're going to review that. So you're going to get a little bit of everything. So, thanks for watching. From me and Dark Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
That's a wrap.